Well, welcome in here to the University of Tulsa. Tonight's matchup between Fortuna Tulsa and Little Rock Rangers on what is a beautiful night. 95 degrees I've just been looking up on this wonderful Friday night here. Alongside me, I have Jackie Marquez and Brittany Scraper. We're your commentary team tonight. I'm going to start with Brittany over here to my right. Brittany, I want to take you back to Gracie Hare, left-footed drive into the top corner to give really a spark to the season in the 1-1 draw.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it in commentary the day of the game. Fortuna not looking to go two losses down at the beginning of the season. It's narrowing down. They're desperate for a goal, and Gracie comes up with that excellent strike. I think it relieved a ton of pressure from Fortuna. It was a brilliant goal, and I think it was something they needed to really break the ice.
And then something that Brittany and I missed actually was the 2-0 win, Jackie. You were in the commentary box, and can I say what a great job you and James did as well. Just how important was that win, and how good a win was it?
It was an amazing game. We honestly, James and I were very amazed, and we were very happy. The first goal, we started screaming, so it was great for us. The first time that we ever had a lead ever for Fortuna, so it was really great to see that happen. And
what impressed me about it was that FC Wichita had a pretty good run up to that game, hadn't they?
Yeah, it really was. A downside that they had was they barely had any subs. 2 subs was what they had, but any ball that they touched, Fortuna was right there ready for them.
And Brittany, back to you. I mean, we missed that game, but they go to demise. We'll ask Jackie about demise after the break, but how important for you is it as a coach when you see a settled back four, because that seems to me what they've done?
Yeah, no, I think the back four is playing brilliantly. I think they've shown that they can read the game really well. They're working together, and one huge thing is that I think as they've been playing, they're keeping the ball out of the backs, which is hugely important. I think the first game, there's a lot of nerves. There's kind of kicking long balls out of the back. As a coach, that's frustrating to see. It's not the style that you want to play, but I think now they're kind of getting their groove. That chemistry is kind of building from the defense to midfield to the forwards, and I think we're seeing them keep it as they go forward, which is, I think, translating to all the goals we've been seeing.
Hey, more build-up after this break when we'll look forward to tonight's game. It's Fortuna against Little Rock Rangers.
Downtown entertainment 24 hours a day only at Osage Casino Hotel.
Opening new doors to big possibilities with the first ever Ford EcoSport.
My niece Maria.
Hi.
Perfection.
By connecting drivers to what's important.
I love that.
And by protecting those who matter the most. The all-new EcoSport, it's the big upgrade in a small package from Ford, America's best-selling brand. See what you can get for under 20 grand with the all-new EcoSport. How do you become the most trusted brand of SUVs? You make it for those who don't always look out for themselves. You make it detect what they don't.
Stop.
Sorry. And you make it for 3 rows of precious cargo. Going further for what matters most.
Let's try again.
That's Ford, and that's how you become the most trusted brand of SUVs.
Have a great day.
You ready, babe?
Yep.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go. We've got room.
You make it for those who are running a bit late, run into a little trouble, or might just be running low.
Alexa, tell Starbucks to start my usual order.
So that the morning routine stays routine. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
Well, welcome back here on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. My name is Dave Saunders. We are just a few minutes away from kickoff. This one between Fortuna Tulsa and Little Rock Rangers. Little Rock Rangers come in here 0-5. We'll be asking Brittany about the opposition in a minute, but first of all I'm going to go to Jackie, because Jackie, in midweek there was somewhat of a friendly up at Demise in Missouri there, I think it was, Springfield, and a good 3-0 win, and we saw some of the fringe players, didn't we?
Yes, we got to see a lot of different players that had not had a chance, which was really good for them, and I believe some of them are starting today, so that's nice for them. It was a great game for Fortuna. We had most possession of the ball. Lady Demise, they just starting out, so you got to give them credit. Great facility that they have, and it was a good game.
I'm sure you're going to say the answer to my question, everybody, but can you pick out a couple of players that you thought had a really good game for Fortuna?
I think Renee Wilson, her goal, man, I wish you would have seen it. It was really good, and Amanda Carino, really, with the captain that she was really good.
That's Jackie Marquez. Jackie's going to be down on sideline for us, picking up interviews at half-time and full-time. Brittany Scraper alongside me is going to be my co-commentator tonight. Brittany, we've all been, you're a coach, I've been in the game a long time. We all know a team comes in 0-5, everybody thinks, this will be a 5-6-0 victory, but you have to work hard if it's going to be that way.
Absolutely. I think coming off of Fortuna's wins, getting those goals underneath their belt, and then knowing that the team that they're playing has struggled to get results. So you come in maybe a little confident, but at the end of the day, you got to come out ready to play, get the job done, and still execute everything you've done all season.
Well, we're really looking forward to this one. Fortuna, they're on a bit of a roll. 2 clean sheets, as we've just been hearing about, 2-0, 3-0. On the back of that 1-1, the Gracie Hare goal. I can't stop speaking about that because it really was a turning point in the season. Now, earlier on tonight, of course, the man at the helm of all this is Coach Michael Wilson, and I caught up with him earlier on tonight's game. Well, I'm here with Coach. Coach, I want to take you actually back to the FC Dallas game and just tell me how important that Gracie Hare goal was, to draw 1-1.
Yeah, I think it was a great moment, obviously an epic moment for the fans to kind of enjoy, and I think it was really a turning point. Now, obviously, you've seen us kind of go on, get some goals, which is important, and kind of see the strikers getting those goals. So I think she's really spearheading that one for us, and then also getting 2 clean sheets in a row now has been fantastic for us as well. So I think that's come from her stepping forward there and doing her job defensively, then also going ahead and getting that first goal for us.
Well, let's talk about those 2 games where you kept the clean sheets. First of all, after the Gracie Hare goal, you beat FC Wichita 2-0. How pleased were you with that performance?
Yeah, of course. They're a top team, top program, great organisation. We knew it was going to be a tough game. So for us to go ahead and able to kind of dominate that game, really possess the ball well, create a lot of chances. I think we outshot them 23-1 that game. So for us to do that, I think, especially in front of our home crowd as well, and get a solid win against a top team in our conference was fantastic, and think has given us that catapult now to go forward.
Yeah, and talking about that, I mean, it's a slightly different game with respect, wasn't it, with the friendly. How much did you learn about your squad, at Demise in the 3-0 win?
Yeah, so we were able to rotate some players in, got to see a lot of players, and actually today you're going to see some of those players. They showcase themselves very well. I think it's always a good opportunity that when somebody does well, they get a chance now to show it on a bigger stage in front of our home fans. So you're going to see that today, see some new faces, give you something to talk about a little bit different as well. So something for the fans to enjoy, definitely.
With respect to the opposition, they come in here 0-5, but you and I have been in the game a long time, and we know that these games can be quite tricky, can't they?
Yeah, this is the game. I think a lot of people you think is a given, but it's really not. It never is, and it's the game that I think can sometimes get to you if you don't prepare mentally. So our preparation is the exact same. Nothing changes for us in terms of how we have a pre-game meal, in terms of when the girls arrive, in terms of how we prepare for the game. Everything's the exact same. No win. It's going to be a tough game today, especially under the heat. It's quite a hot day.
And of course, 2 days later, I'm sure you would talk to the girls after tonight's game, but you got another game in 2 days back here as well.
Yeah, we're going to focus on this one, take care of business today, and then we'll discuss the next game coming forward.
Now, there's a little thing called the World Cup going on at the moment. Are you still back in Germany?
Yeah, I'm still back in Germany for sure. They've not played yet though, so we'll have to see how that goes. But some great games today though. Did you watch it?
I did. Fantastic. Cristiano Ronaldo just is able to do something special, isn't he?
Yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, to get a penalty, I would say De Gea made a bad mistake there, obviously on the goalkeeping error, and then obviously at the end there to get the icing on the cake with that free kick. Fantastic. Hopefully we'll see a free kick tonight.
Who do you see Germany playing in the final?
I want to see Brazil. Is what I'd like to see. Argentina, one of those two, but ideally Brazil. I think that'd be an epic, especially after Germany went and got them in Brazil with that 7-1, I believe it was. So for that to happen, that'd be fantastic to get a rematch.
And I've got to ask you about England's chances, because I've got them down going to the quarterfinals and playing Brazil and maybe losing to Brazil. But do you see hope for England this year?
Yeah, I think if the media can stay off of England, I think they've got a great chance. Talent-wise, they definitely got it. I think now Southgate's got them playing very well. Obviously, you saw it in the pre-games going into it. I think if they can focus and just execute game plans, I think they'll do very well this year.
Just finally back to Fortuna Tulsa. I mean, first season, obviously, you lost the first game, we all know that, but things have gathered pace. How much are you enjoying this role?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. A great coaching staff that makes it, a lot more fun. I've got a general manager, it's fantastic, and the background staff as well, absolutely excellent, and we're just really enjoying the experience, and it's been fantastic just seeing the crowd so far. Obviously, we just had the one away game, but the difference between our home crowd and their home crowd was, it was night and day, and it was fantastic, and again, looking forward to tonight and getting that result, but also seeing the crowd kind of celebrate and enjoy the moment with us.
Appreciate your time, Coach. That's Coach Wilson.
Downtown entertainment 24 hours a day, only at Osage Casino Hotel.
Soccer, download the U-Town app and we'll see you at the game. Hey Fortuna Tulsa fans, I'm Cora Dunnick, number 21. Just wanted to let you know that we have partnered with a free app called U-Town. U-Town is our official team app serving as our digital program. Open the app at our game to find game updates, roster information, food trucks, game sponsors, and much more. U-Town is your app for real-time events and deals. Thanks for supporting women's soccer. Download the U-Town app and we'll see you at the game.
Well, welcome back in here to a very sunny University of Tulsa Friday night soccer in the shape of Fortuna Tulsa against Little Rock Rangers. But there's another lot of soccer going on a little bit away from us in Russia. It's called the World Cup, and Brittany and I were just chatting away. We thought we'd do a little segment on the World Cup and try and get some predictions. But Brittany, take me back to your earliest World Cup memory.
My earliest World Cup memory is the '98 World Cup. I was 10 years old. It was my very first club team, and we were working a fireworks stand as a fundraiser, and we had this tiny little crummy TV, and we were watching Ronaldo play for Brazil, and that was my earliest World Cup memory, and knowing what the World Cup was and what a big deal it was, and it was an awesome memory.
And I don't want to spoil it if people haven't seen the highlights of the game this afternoon, but we've seen three different games, shall we say, today. Egypt in the first one there with Uruguay with a late winner there, and then we saw a sort of fairly mediocre game between Morocco and Iran winning out 1-0, and then we saw an absolute corker. I mean, you have mentioned the great man Cristiano Ronaldo. Still, I think he's 34 and he's still banging into goals. He scores a hat-trick today in a great game, the best game so far. Do you see did you see much of that game?
Yes, I watched it. It was incredible. Everything you wanted it to be and more. I mean, so many things coming from the game. Brilliant football, brilliant play from both sides, insane goals. Cristiano Ronaldo with the hat trick steps up, saves Portugal almost single-handedly. It was amazing.
We're getting ready for kickoff, so I'm going to push it right on. Brittany, who do you fancy for the World Cup this year?
I feel like Germany. They're just solid. I mean, they've been unbeaten for so long now. They're so disciplined. I mean, returning champions. I think they're going to be hard to beat.
We're going through the starting lineups. We'll still stay with the World Cup. I mean, you've gone with Coach Wilson. He's very, he's absolutely born in Germany, of course, but he's very much with Germany, and they are just like a machine, aren't they? They turn up every 4 years, and they're just so good.
Absolutely. Well, they're very disciplined, and they play very well together. And then they're a team that like kind of like the U.S. Women's National Team in the 2015 World Cup. As the Cup goes on, they get better and better every game, and I think that's what you see from Germany.
And, nobody's talking about England, and quite rightly so, but that might suit England. Do you see maybe England as a slight outsider?
I mean, it's the World Cup. I mean, craziness happens. That's what's so brilliant about it. That's what's so amazing is you never know what's going to happen. You have all the upsets and crazy things that happens in a World Cup. And, I mean, I wouldn't rule anyone out.
No, absolutely right. It's the voice of Brittany Scrape alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders. What we'll do now is we'll take you through the starting 11 video for Fortuna Tulsa.
Paige Hobart, goalkeeper, University of Oklahoma.
Cora Dunick, defender, Liberty University.
Rachel Hummingbird, defender, University of Tulsa.
Haley Van Fossen, defender, University of Arkansas. Woo Pig.
Ashlyn Kitterman, defender, Florida Atlantic University.
Hannah Malone, midfield, University of Oklahoma.
Renee Wilson, defensive center mid, Northeastern State University.
Anna Beffer, center midfielder, Oklahoma State University.
Tara Smith, midfield, Texas Christian University.
Sierra Schwartz, forward, Oklahoma State University.
Tatum Wagner, forward, Kansas State University.
What's so at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts watched, who so gallantly streaming, and Milky's with glee, bombs bursting in air, gave me through the night, but I felt most in day. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That's Megan Austin singing beautifully the national anthem. There she is, a very proud moment for her, beautifully sung. And we are getting ready now for kickoff between the Little Rock Rangers, who come in here 0-5, but don't let that throw you or phase you, because Fortuna Tulsa, who are 2-1-1, including that friendly result in midweek. Brittany, we've already talked about it, but we'll talk about it again. You know, when a team comes in and everybody thinks, well, this will be a rollover, okay, it might end up that way, but you have to beat the 11 girls that are in front of you, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, Little Rock's coming in. They need a result. They want to win. They're going to be coming in to give Fortuna their best. They're all great players. So So, I mean, as Fortuna goes, I'm sure they're feeling confident and excited to get the game going and underway. But, I mean, you have to come out and do your best. You got to get the job done. You've got to win all the balls in the middle. You got to connect your passes. You have to finish your chances. I mean, we've all seen those games where a team dominates the entire game. Can't finish. And then, I mean, if you watch, talking about the World Cup, if you watch the Morocco-Iran game, I mean, one team dominates the whole thing. The very, very last stoppage time, you know, Morocco gets a very unfortunate own goal, and Iran gets their very first World Cup win in a very, very long time. So, I mean, you never know how things are going to go. That's why we play the games.
There's the Little Rock Rangers, as we said, coming in. It's been a bit of a struggle for them. They've scored 4 goals. They have let in 27, but lots of smiles on their faces. They did have a very close 1-0 defeat to same score actually for Fortuna Tulsa to Oklahoma City FC. Interesting for me, if we talk about Fortuna, that Coach Wilson has gone with Paige Hobart in goal. I mean, we know there's nothing between those two goalkeepers, but a settled back four of Cora Dunnick at left back, Hayley Van Vossen, Rachel Hummingbird the centre backs, and Ashley Kitterman at right back. And it's important, isn't it, that you build your team on a great foundation, which is your goalkeeper and your back four.
Absolutely. You need that stability and you need consistency. I mean, in a game, there's a lot of other moving pieces and a lot of chess pieces. That's one of the brilliant things about soccer is you can change things, you can change the formation, but you still have to have some consistency. And I think this back line has shown that they're just getting better and better as they play together. I mean, the goalkeepers are both, Paige Hobart, they're brilliant goalkeepers, and they've done very, very well for Fortuna so far.
It is Paige Hobart then in goal. Cora Dunnick, as I said, at left back. For Hayley Van Vossen, Rachel Hummingbird, and Ashley Kitterman. Then Renee Wilson wears the number 6 and will play in the position of number 6 with captain Anna Beffer and Hannah Malone, the other two in the midfield. And then a front three of Tara Smith, Sierra Schwartz, and Tatum Wagner. And you know Sierra pretty well, and she plays as the true number 9, doesn't she?
Absolutely. She's very good at holding the ball. She has great vision. She's very patient. I think we've seen her in the games that she plays, being very confident with her decisions. She has excellent touch on the ball. I mean, and kind of like we've discussed before, anywhere around the 18, she's going to be looking to settle it. As long as she can get just enough to get the shot up, she's going to take it.
Well, we're just about ready for kickoff. Tonight's referee is Gabrielle Castro Colon. Rick McDowell is AR1, Scott Ray AR2, and the fourth tonight is a man that's known to people in Tulsa pretty well. That's Reza Namavar, and I was able to speak to those guys who were walking around the field as we get underway here tonight, and they were looking forward to the night as much as we were. And here's Wagner in possession straight away, laying the ball back here to Kitterman. Kitterman will go back here on this beautiful surface to Hummingbird, the experience in the back line for Fortuna Tulsa. Here's Schwartz with her first action of the night, just laying the ball off here nicely to Hayley Van Vossen. She chips it wide to the left-hand side, can't bring in Cora Dunnick. And on a very warm night, it's important that you make the ball do the work, Brittany Scraper.
Yeah, definitely. On a day like this, it's hot. You don't want to be chasing the entire time. You want your touch to be crisp. You want your passes to be spot on, move the ball around. And you definitely don't want to be chasing and having to win the ball back all the time.
Now, is there any reason why all the subs are on their feet already, Brittany? They normally sit down, relax, but they're all on their feet. Perhaps they are saying to coach, hey, come on, I want to be on this field as quickly as possible.
That's a good sign. They're all excited. They want to get in. They want their shot.
They certainly do. Here's Beffer, the captain, in the centre circle. She missed the first game. That's a great threaded ball through for Wagner. Could have been an early goal for Fortuna. Here's Wagner now. Great defending. Coming across from the Little Rock Ranger defender there and just foiling the danger. But early signs that Tatum Wagner means business.
Yeah, great through ball by Anna Beffer there. I mean, brilliant to find the channel. It's not easy to find that right line. She was able to tuck it just on the right side of that defender to make it easier for Tatum Wagner to get it in. Great first touch by Tatum Wagner. Very, very good recovery by the Little Rock defenders there to save it.
Was indeed. Anna Beffer has gone across to the right-hand side. You can see the assistant referee shielding the sun from his eyes. Ball into the box is a good one. Hummingbird's in there again. Can she get a second by the cherry? And the keeper saves it right on the line as the stab shot there from, I think it was Hayley Van Vossen in there. And that was a pretty good save actually from the keeper, and in the end it's a goal kick. Good pressure there early from Fortuna, Brittany, after 2 minutes.
Yeah, great corner, well done. You love seeing your center backs get up and get in there. They're hungry. You know Haley Van Fossen wants a goal there. Great reaction save by the Little Rock goalkeeper.
Certainly was. Here's Malone getting involved in the midfield here. Tara Smith coming in here, back to Malone. Malone with people around her, but manages to get it back to Van Fossen, who gets it up the left-hand side to Tara Smith, who's going to be playing somewhat of a free role tonight. That ball is just overhit, and in fact there was an offside, says the linesman on the far side. On this beautiful night, we say it's 95 degrees on kick-off, and everybody feeling very relaxed but hot, plenty of drinks. It's very important, of course, as a coach in this climate, born in Oklahoma, how important it is to keep hydrated, Brittany.
Yeah, very, very, very important. If you are not hydrated and your body's not prepared, you're not going to last very long in this heat.
Right, here is Schwartz then with the ball, throwing it forward for Kitterman, who's got some running to do to catch up with that one, but she will catch up with this one. Can she get a decent ball in? Well, she tried to, and in fact it came off the defender, and it's going to be, that was Sierra Tucker there, the number 12 for Little Rock, and that's going to be a second corner of the night. So good early pressure here, and that's exactly what you want if you're Coach Wilson for his team.
Yeah, brilliant start by Fortuna. Where you see both outside backs getting forward in the attack. You see, Haley Van Fossen getting in on that last corner. A lot of good finding a lot of space on that right channel so far early in this game.
Here's the corner then from Beffer again. It's a good one towards the penalty spot this time. Headed away though by Hollingsworth. Back to Beffer. Beffer will take on the defender here. Goes round her fairly easily into the box. Can she pull it back? She chips it towards the far post, and it just eluded Van Vossen there, who was only a couple of yards out. We might get a replay on that. Brilliant play from Beffer, of course, and that's what she can do so well. And here's the replay with Brittany.
Yeah. Very well done by Anna Beffer. I mean, she's a very, very skillful player. She's tricky. She's looking to just to kind of thread it right across to Haley's head, and it just maybe just a little bit too high for her.
Yeah, just too high, wasn't it? Here's Smith trying to go around the defender, but she does well. The Little Rock defender there. Back from Van Fossen. Plenty of possession here for Fortuna. Dunnock heads it forward. Good flick on there from Beffer, but just couldn't find Malone. Renee Wilson there, breaking things up, as that's her role tonight. And here's Beffer. She nearly went through two players there, but in the end it's good play from the number 14, that's Mankey, and that will go away, and it will just be a goal kick. Renee Wilson impresses me every time I see her. She's that kind of defensive rock that you need in the midfield, isn't she?
She definitely is a rock. She plays with a lot of confidence, and she kind of, you get that from all the other players that play around her. So whenever you're playing with Renee, everybody kind of gets that confidence knowing that, hey, Renee's back there, she's got her back, and she just kind of lifts everybody else up on the field. She's also very, very vocal. Obviously, we can't really hear that from here. Amazing to play with her because you always know what's going on. You always know where the defenders are. You know what's going on. You know what pass you maybe need to make. Huge factor when you're playing to have somebody that can communicate so well with your teammates.
Here's Van Fossen. Long ball raking towards the left-hand side. Missed by the defender. Smith is just going to roll away from her. Tara Smith, we know she can play pretty much anywhere across that front three. She seems to be favouring the left-hand side. She had a good game in the 1-1 draw against FC Dallas that Brittany and I were able to commentate on, and she's really got her season going. Malone gets a good challenge in. Sierra Schwartz thinks she's won the throw-in, and the referee agrees. So it's going to be a throw-in to Cora Dunnock, who's pretty much made the left back spot her own. Here's Smith turning away from one. Into Beffer. Beffer now looking for a shooting opportunity. Has it now. Shoots. And just wide of the target. And ooze from the crowd. And Anna Beffer is just a handful, isn't she?
She is. And rightly so. She's a player who works very, very, very hard and has worked extremely hard to get where she's at. She's constantly working on her own, constantly working on those skills. So the things that you see from her is things that she's spent hours and hours and hours training and working on. And you're seeing it translate in the field.
Yeah, certainly are. There's Van Fossen. Little Rock just cannot get the ball up field. They can now to Rachel Topless. She is the number 4. Here's Wilson though, doing what we said, just breaking things up. Kidderman down the right hand side. Look for Wagner. That's going to go out, and that's going to be a Little Rock throw on the far side to be taken by Simone Bennett, the left back. Thank you for your company here on Facebook and YouTube Live. We're glad that you're here with us. 0-0 the score between Fortuna Tulsa and Little Rock Rangers. We include, of course, anybody that's supporting Little Rock tonight. Please send us a tweet. We'll give you the Twitter handle at Fortuna Tulsa is a pretty good one to start with. Here's Beffa, and we'll see whether we can get your tweet up on the screen. Beffa goes down. Will she trip? No, says the referee. Get up and play on. And Little Rock trying to get them their way out there, but that ball just a little bit awry there from Morgan Smokovic, who's the number 13 in the central midfield. There's Beffa up to Schwartz. Schwartz now taking on the right back. Here is Schwartz still with the ball, steps in field, but she's not going to be beaten by Cabolo. And now Little Rock just finding a little few passes together and playing with a lot of confidence, unlike a team that is 0-5. Here's Topless up front, and she got caught there, and she's going to go onto the ground and want to receive some treatment, I think there. Referee just a few yards away, just checking she's okay. On we go. No malicious intent, I hasten to add. Hummingbird's ball is cut out really well by Verslulis. And now Little Rock trying to build something on the left-hand side with Tucker. Tucker up against Kidderman. Tucker still with the ball in the late afternoon sunshine. And now the ball is switched to this near side to us, looking for Ellie Booth. But she's given it away to Tara Smith. Smith, square ball in here to Malone. Malone to Renee Wilson. Wilson forward has found a great through ball to Wagner. Now Beffa's making it into the area. So Schwartz is Wagner. She's going to take on the defender here. Into the box. Down goes the keeper, Michaela Potter. And a good effort. And Tatum Wagner's certainly causing Little Rock some bother down that right-hand side, Brittany.
Yeah, very, very good vision from Renee Wilson. Excellent through ball, very well weighted. Enough to give Tatum Wagner space to run onto, but not too much it's going to go out of bounds. Well done by Tatum to get on the end of it and continuing making those runs on that side. I think you're seeing Fortuna, you know, we've talked about them having a little bit more time to play together, to have a little bit more chemistry and knowing where everyone's going to be, knowing what balls they like, what runs they're going to make. You see a lot more dynamic runs. You see a lot more overlapping runs today from Fortuna. A lot more dynamic play.
Meet some of your favorite players and your coaching staff.
Little Rock Rangers then return fixture will be on Thursday, June the 28th. Coached by Tasha Flynn, who's down there, sat on the aluminum or aluminium, depending on which side of the Atlantic you live, bleachers. You say aluminum.
I say aluminum.
I say aluminium.
Yeah, that's what I say.
We like to be fair and partial here on our commentary here for Fortuna Tulsa. Here is the throw, and there is the header away by Van Fossen, and Malone, who breaks things up here to Smith. Smith forward here to Schwartz, who will hold the ball up. Very strong, gets the ball now and then tries to bring in Dunnock, who made the overlapping run, but just too hard. I mean, you know quite a lot about Schwartz, but she is such a strong player, Brittany. Just in the couple of games I've seen, she can hold the ball up really well.
She can. She's got great vision. So she's somebody, and you know, really good coaches will always tell you to check your shoulder, check your shoulder. She's a player that always checks her shoulder, so she knows where those defenders are going to be, so she can kind of shield her body, move her body just in small ways to help control the ball and give herself a little bit more of an advantage. Not all players do that. It's something that's simple to do, but they don't, and Sierra does it very, very well.
11 and a half minutes gone. 0-0 the score. Smith goes round one Little Rock defender, now round two. Runs into the third one, but has a second bite of the cherry here, but she is going to concede the throw in to Little Rock, who, to be fair, have defended pretty well. They've pushed up their line and had a couple of offsides. Ball headed infield here, only as far as Beffa, who's been on the ball as much as anybody in a Fortuna shirt. Here is Tara Smith now. going towards the D, slipping the ball through to the number 4, that's Tatum Wagner, just gone beyond here, controls it well, beautiful ball over the keeper's head, but nobody on the far post, and in fact the first one to reach it is Beffa here, and she tries to go between 2 defenders, but Little Rock having none of that. Booth again clearing the danger for Little Rock. Van Vossen throwing up to Beffa. Beffa now back to goal. Between her and Malone, they win it back for Fortuna. Wilson kind of dummies that one. Here's Kidderman trying a shot for a long way out. Down goes the keeper, Potter, and does extremely well to save that. But nice to see Kidderman coming up and having a shot from right back.
Yeah, you want to see your outside backs, especially when you're playing with 4 in the back like Fortuna is pushing that envelope, pushing forward. And it was a great run by Kitterman. I love that she decided to get a rack, and it was a good strike. She put it on frame, put it on target.
She did, and a couple of efforts for the keeper to save. Michaela Potter, who's done extremely well so far, the number 31 in the goal tonight for Little Rock. Here's Cora Dunnock's right footed ball into the box, headed away by Hollingsworth, and now in the central midfield is Aisha Hollingworth again, and they want the throw to Little Rock, but it's been given to Ashlyn Kidderman.
Fire, police, and IMSA, and current former members of the military and veterans all alike.
Here's Wagner.
We thank you.
She's won a throw-in. Stadium announcer quite rightly, tonight's game is devoted to the emergency services who do such a great job, and I can say that because my stepson is a member of EMSA, and they work such long hours, hard hours, and of course at the moment they're dealing with people who aren't doing what Brittany and I do, which is to keep hydrated. But it is very, very hot here. Here is Beffa's third corner of the night already. Into the box. Van Vossen goes in for a header. Where will the ball bounce? It's still up in the air. Out comes the keeper. Doesn't catch. Van Vossen down. And then in the end, Potter dives on the ball and says, enough is enough. But they're certainly causing some mayhem in that area. Our Fortuna Tulsa, Brittany Scraper.
Yeah, very, very good services from Fortuna on all their corners, dropping it right in where it needs to be. Sooner or later, you feel like just one of those is going to fall in.
Here's Beffa, who's taken all those corners, threading a lovely ball through here to Malone. Malone tried to thread it through to Schwartz, but cut out well. Away by Little Rock. Here's Topless. Now with the ball, threading it forward for Booth. Booth across the goal, but there's nobody there, and I think that's experienced defending from Rachel Hummingbird, who said pretty much to her keeper Paige Hobart, no danger here, let's let that one go past.
Yeah, good defenders know what line to take, and they know what's risky. Obviously, the ball's most dangerous, so pushing her way off to that side, she doesn't have a very good angle to shoot. So experienced defending definitely coming into play for Fortuna.
Beautiful night for beautiful soccer, and we're seeing a good game, even though it's nearly 15 minutes gone. Certainly you'd say the lion's share of the possession has certainly been with the girls in their blue and black shirts. But you were saying to me you really like these shirts.
They are. They look. They're really cool. They're kind of different. You kind of get a different feel, but they look great. Very sharp, just like that very sharp cut by Tara Smith.
Very good. I was just going to say that here is round 2, round 3, into the box. Loads of room for Beffa for one, blocked by the defender. But that was all about. It's going to spin away actually for a corner. But that, Brittany, was all about Tara Smith.
Yeah, she's a very, very skillful player, and I think playing her on that left side, you can see just timing her cuts perfectly. I mean, waiting right for that defender to kind of bite, and that's when she kind of takes that last touch. Very, very, very well done getting her head up and placing it back across to Anna Beffer there. Unfortunately, just can't finish, but we'll see.
Beffer's corner almost creeps in at the far post, but it was headed away by Mikey. And the referee saying that came off the head of Mikey. Some of the Little Rock girls didn't think that was the case, but it is a corner on the other side. Beffa taking all the corners, so she trots across the field some 55 yards to get across, or maybe even more than that actually, on this beautiful surface here, the width of the field. And Beffa, who's got fans all around, this is what we love here. They all sit around there and set up their picnics and their drinks, and in the shade, some of them, and some of them out in the sun. Here's Beffa then, from the left-hand side this time. There's the keeper diving on the ball. It's loose. It's Wilson. And Renee Wilson, with a big smile on her face, after 17 minutes, breaks the deadlock. It is Fortuna Tulsa 1, the Little Rock Rangers 0. We'll take you through the replay with Brittany when we have it. That was a nice corner, and you just felt with all the corners, Brittany, it was bound to come. Here it is.
Yeah, we talked about it. They kept putting, Anna Beffers put it in the right place several times. Fortuna's had a lot of opportunities. You can see that it just kind of comes out. Renee Wilson's in the right place at the right time, and there's no doubt she's going to bring that home. Excellent goal by Renee. It's her second goal of the season. She scored her first goal on Tuesday. It was a cracker from what I heard, way outside the 18.
Now watch out, because you're most vulnerable when you've just scored, and Little Rock want an immediate reply, but then it's broken up, and here is Malone. Malone has been told to get up by Gabriel Colon, the referee, and Little Rock are trying to get an immediate reply here. That was Sarah Tucker coming in from the left-hand side wearing 12, but it is Kidderman who can clear the danger up to Wagner. Those two combining extremely well down the right-hand side. Here's goal scorer Wilson, as Ridley said, 2 goals now, having got one in midweek in the friendly, the 3-0 win over Demise, who are a team that we hope will join the league very soon. And from talking to Coach Wilson before the game, Brittany, he said it was a very, very worthwhile exercise and a really nice evening to be involved with. Here's Wagner. More about that game in a minute. Malone. Beffer. Schwartz now onto a left foot. Slips as she shoots, which didn't really have the pace on it, and the keeper did well. But going back to Demise game, good competent 3-0 win, and you and I heard bits about the evening, and Coach able to play some of his fringe players.
Yeah, as the season goes on, it's good to have those games to kind of get everyone in the flow of play. I mean, you kind of have your starters, you have your go-to people that are playing really well in that moment, but you have those players that are constantly in training. They're working hard. You know, they deserve to get in there. They deserve to get some minutes. You want to see them in an actual game setting and not just in training, and that's a perfect game for that. And I think a lot of them showed very well.
Here's Schwartz, takes a deflection. It's going to go away for yet another corner for Fortuna Tulsa, and Sierra Schwartz would love a goal tonight. She's we've already talked about her, and she really puts herself about up there in the front line. Here's Beffer then for, I think it's the 6th time tonight with the corner. Fortuna Tulsa leading by a goal to 0, and you'd have to say, with respect, that Paige Hobart has hardly touched the ball in the Fortuna goal. Here's the corner from Beffer. This is where the last goal came from. This time goes to the back post, and in goes Van Vossen. And she wasn't too far away from heading that one purposely across goal. Just got in front of it, I guess you'd say, Brittany.
Yeah, just a little off. The ball was a little bit high and lofted a little bit, so it's a little harder to kind of redirect those balls whenever you're trying to head them back down across the goal. But well done. You love seeing Van Vossen get up there, get in. You know, it would be great for her to get one.
Certainly would. She's been a real stalwart at the back. We say again, a settled back four of Dunnock, Van Vossen, Hummingbird and Kidderman. Here is Little Rock's back line trying to clear their lines, but there's Malone and Beffer who've so often broken things up. Here's Wagner slipping the ball through, but that's too much, and that will go harmlessly through to Potter. And it seems to work very well for me, that midfield trio there. You've got Wilson and Malone who break things up, and just in front of a Beffer who's got that kind of free role. It works so well to me.
I think so far it's the best combination that they've had going forward. They seem to work well together. Their spacing is much better than it's been in the past. The first few games that Fortuna's played, I think we saw kind of like holes in the middle and things like that, but I think they've played together a little bit more. They're able to cover for each other a little bit better, move off the ball with each other. So I think you're seeing a really good partnership with those three in the middle of the park.
Certainly are. And here Little Rock just running out of space there. Ellie Booth, the number 6, as the shadows start to creep across the field. Here's Dunnock. Goal scorer Wilson laying the ball off to Kidderman. Kidderman will go infield here. Van Vossen driving the ball down the left hand side, but that's going to be over everybody. And we're going to see the first change, which I'll let Brittany tell you about.
Looks like Jordan Lang Bartels is going to come on for Sierra Schwartz. Sierra Schwartz doing a lot of work up there, trying to get a goal. I feel like she'll probably get one pretty soon. But just giving her a quick break, I'm sure we'll see her again.
Yeah, I think it's wise to, in this rolling subs game, that the girls on a hot night are given a little rest, get some water on board. Here's Beffa to Wilson. Wilson forward. Will she get another bite of the cherry? No, she won't, because in steps Claire Palmer very strongly there. Up to Shmokovic. Down goes Booth, and in fact the referee said that was a foul, a little bit like the Ramos on Salah that we talked about, dragging it down. Not quite as good to see Mo Salah there today. I don't think he came on, did he? Or did he? Yes, he did come on near the end, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure Egypt would love him to be 100% and healthy, but it's pretty quick coming back from that type of injury.
Yeah. Of course, Ramos playing in the Spain team in the wonderful game of soccer. I'm not going to tell you the score because some of you have got it recorded and you want to watch it later after you've tuned into us, of course. Fortuna Tulsa here live from TU. 23 minutes gone. A Renee Wilson goal separates the two sides in you being, with respect to the opposition, as we see the introduction of a couple of players, which we'll tell you about in a minute. It's been pretty much domination of possession by Fortuna Tulsa.
I think that we're seeing Fortuna, the chemistry and them playing together. We're seeing them control the ball and keep it a lot easier. One thing you've seen, I think we've had maybe 2 long balls that they've played out of the back. Aside from that, they've built out of the back into the middle, finding Renee Wilson's feet very well, finding Anna Beffer's feet, finding Malone's feet, and then working to combine through the middle, finding those through balls, finding those channels like they are right now. So the build-up play much better from Fortuna.
There's a whole host of things going on in the box there. It's cleared away and it falls to the feet of Tucker. Don't forget to get in contact with the show on Twitter. The ball is out and it's going to be a Little Rock ball. We love to have your tweets and and tell us about where you are watching the game from. We know that we've had people travelling and they've been tuning in on their phones. We thank you for your company wherever you are. If you're just up the road and you couldn't be here tonight, well, maybe you want to come along on Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff against Texas Spurs. Busy weekend.
Lots of games in 1 week for Fortuna Tulsa.
Indeed it is. So Sunday we're back again for a 2 p.m. kickoff. I think it's going to be another very warm afternoon. There's the throw, and here's Rachel Hummingbird just clearing the danger. Here's Carol. Haven't seen too much of Carol. She turns away there. We'll talk about her as we go on. Down the right hand side, slipping the ball into the box here, and it's a corner. And Carol has come in on that right-hand side for Tatum Wagner. And also the other substitution was Karina, wasn't it, who came in?
Amanda Carino came in for Tara Smith over there on that left side. So 2 skillful players there on that swap. So 2 crafty players, excited to see what Amanda Carino can do on that side.
Certainly is. And here is yet another Hannah Beffer corner from the right-hand side. Low, looking for Wilson, cut out well. It's going to fall to Malone. Malone to Wilson, who's in plenty of space. Lays it off first time, looking for Beffer. Anna Beffer now chips a great ball into the box, and that's an easy finish. And 2-0 it is. And the easy finish from Jordan Lang-Bartels, who's pretty much scored with her first touch. 26 minutes gone. It is Fortuna Tulsa 2, Little Rock Rangers 0. How about that for a first touch, Brittany?
It was a brilliant first touch. It was a quick layoff by Renee Wilson. It was very smart. Obviously another great service by Anna Beffer. And really well done by Jordan Lang-Bartels. It's hard to kind of judge those, if you should hit it, if you should try to trap it or hit it first time. But she does well. Readjusts her body, and then it was a great finish.
Well, we're going to see the introduction here of 2 subs. We're going to see Jessica Souza coming in at number 17.
Second goal of the night scored by number 12, Jordan.
And the number 9, Judith Flores. And coming off.
Assisted by Anna Beffer.
Anna Beffer with the assist, as Q, the stadium announcer, says. So we just had a couple of subs there, and off comes Claire Palmer and Ellie Booth for Little Rock. So 2-0. And we've got still 18 minutes to go till half time. Here is Flores getting involved, one of the subs. Feeding a ball to Tucker down that left-hand side. Tucker's low ball into box looking for Topless, but it's away by Van Fossen. And this is a good run from Fortuna. Gracie
Hare coming in for Renee Wilson into that holding defensive mid spot.
And Gracie, who scored that fantastic goal, of course. And here is a throw in then. So plenty of substitutions being made tonight on this warm night.
Definitely needed. It's an open subbing league, so I mean, coaches definitely want to kind of rotate their players, keep them fresh. Also, is smart. So you don't want your players to get too tired. You don't want. That's when injuries happen. You don't want to see anyone getting hurt, picking up any injuries at this point in the season. So keeping everybody fresh, hydrated.
Here's Carreno. Good one too with Beffer. In steps the Little Rock midfielder, but Cora Dunnock, as though her life depended on it, says, I'm going to win it back. There's Beffer trying to thread it forward for Carol on that far side. She with the assist in that first movement she had when she came onto the field. Good intelligent leave. Here's Lang Bartels, who's already scored one goal, but it is going to be Rachel Carroll who's going to go across to retrieve the ball there, and those two have made quite an impact, haven't they, Brittany?
Yeah,
Lang Bartels and Carroll.
The short period of time they've been on, I think those fresh legs are definitely giving Little Rock a little bit of trouble up there.
Yeah, Little Rock have had quite a difficult time. They lost 4-1 and 5-1 to Texas Spurs in their last two games. They lost 10-1 to FC Dallas. Lost 7-1 to FC Wichita, but the best performance as the ball comes in from Fortuna, and there's Carreno heads over. The best performance was the 1-0 defeat to OKC. That was Carreno there on the far post, Brittany, just heading high and over, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great service across, and you could see Amanda Carreno just kind of, licking her chops, getting ready for it. She was set. She was trying to get down and kind of push it back down to the ground. I think she just kind of mishit it a little bit.
Here's Kitterman. Good turn away from Gracie Hare here. Her ball to the far post. Here's Carreno again coming in. That's a fantastic header away from the defender. It really was. But here is Dunnock trying to get the ball through. It spins and gratefully into the green gloves of keeper Michaela Potter. But it's wave after wave of attack now, Brittany. Just Fortuna knocking on the door the whole time. Lang Bartels laying it off to Beffer. Beffer round one, goes round two, looks for support. Here's Malone. Fortuna still with a chance here. Ball into the box. Carreno knocking it down and says to Beffer and Lang Bartels, there it is on a plate for you, but it was just behind them.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there, which is going to happen. But good stuff from Fortuna. You kind of see everybody. You see them pressing high, not really giving Little Rock a chance to get out. As a coach, that's what you want. You don't really want to set back and be like, we got a 2-0 lead. We're going to kind of possess and kind of do the Chelsea thing. But Fortuna's doing a really good job of pressing. You kind of get the idea that there's several very, very goal-hungry players down there that would love to get on the scoreboard tonight.
Talking of getting on the scoreboard, getting on the field is Madison Verge, I think probably for the first time this season, wearing 25. She's gone into the left back spot. Cora Dunnock has taken a well-earned rest. Carreno heads it in field. Jordan Lang Bartels has got the responsibility of the number 9 role, a former Summit Christian girl. Here's Kitterman, who's got plenty of time to bring this one down and play it all the way back to a lady who's had quite a quiet night so far, and that's Paige Hobart. Not really a save to make so far.
Nope, nice distribution though from her.
Yeah, very nice. Got to keep concentrating when you're a goalkeeper.
Absolutely. got to stay focused in the game. You never know whenever you're going to be needed, and have some kind of crazy save. You could not touch the ball all 90 minutes, but in that 92nd minute, you got to be ready to go.
And again, I don't want to spoil the enjoyment if you've got it recorded, but even at the top level, goalkeepers make mistakes, and there was one by a certain David De Gea today, wasn't there, the Manchester United goal? It amazes me that
three-time Player of the Year for Manchester United, having a little bit of a game not like himself.
The World Cup nerves, I think, is Malone.
It's a magical thing, the World Cup.
It really is.
It does crazy things.
And I should say, by the way, congratulations, if that's what you say, 2026. The World Cup comes to Canada, Mexico, and of course the US of A, which is fantastic news, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I have already set up a savings account so I can travel around and take the entire month off for that World Cup. I'm extremely excited. What a great thing for U.S. soccer. You could see what the 94 World Cup did for us, the Women's World Cup in 99. So, I mean, obviously a huge impact. Very excited to see what it'll do for U.S. soccer. Obviously gives us a bid, which is nice. I wish we had that right now. But very, very excited for that World Cup coming up.
It'd be even better for me if England got the or the UK got the bid for 4 years later in 2030. That would be great. I was very excited for 2026, and then I suddenly realised I'll be close to drawing my pension in that year, so I suddenly got a little bit down. But no, it's great news, honestly. So that's a great ball through, and Little Rock here with a chance to get their first opportunity on goal. Here's Tucker now. Good little ball here. And there's a shot just over the bar, but that was a good move. It was Morgan Shmokovic with the effort. There's going to be two more substitutions, but that was good from Little Rock there.
Yeah, it was good movement. I mean, they did well. I mean, it got cut Fortuna back just a little bit. Not everyone was back there. Well done. I think the ball's kind of bouncing there for her, so she didn't hit it quite like she wanted to, but much better from Little Rock. Good movement to get them forward. But again, so things that, Fortuna, you can't fall asleep there. You got to make sure that you're continually pressing, that you're always awake. And again, Paige Hobart ready for the challenge there.
Certainly was. And on comes Claire Palmer again. She started the game. Here she is, just heading that one back. Loses a headband there in the beautiful evening sunshine. Here's Carreno turning, keeping possession of the ball. Madison Verge, good step in field. But Little Rock want the ball back, and here they have the ball with Jessica Souza down this right-hand side. Van Fossen steps in. Malone. Carreno ahead of her. Malone now forward looking for Jordan Langwartels, who's already got a goal on the night. There's two goal scorers, Wilson, who's sat on the bench at the moment, Renee Wilson, and Jordan Langwartels with her first touch. And here she is again. Could it be three? No, there's an offside flag on the far side. Just going too quickly there. I've been quite impressed actually with some of the play from the defensive side of things from Little Rock, because they have caught Fortuna off a few times with offside.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, to try to catch that line, but they've done a very good job kind of stepping right at that last moment to throw Fortuna off. And it keeps them honest. It lets Fortuna know that it's not going to be easy for them back there. And they've done a good job of pressing and doubling and making it not so easy for the Fortuna forwards and outside players to try to get forward and press and make those runs.
One shot on target for the visitors. Morgan Shmokovic, the number 13, with a shot a yard or so over. Going to be three substitutions. We're going to see Tatum Wagner come back in. We're going to see the other Smith. And we're also going to see the number 33 for Fortuna.
Coming back on the field for Fortuna, number 4, Tatum Wagner. Number 33, Juliana
So plenty
Coates.
of substitutions.
And number 24,
we're seeing Katie Smith come on. I think it's Kitterman that came off, wasn't it? So Smith will go in at right back. So pretty much, I think, apart from Hummingbird and Van Fossen and the keeper, I think we've changed pretty much everything else up. Here's Wagner on this left-hand side. So again, good coaching, sensible coaching, warm night, use all the subs.
Yeah, I mean, Fortuna is a team that a lot of players are very versatile. You can move players from side to side. You have people who can play in the middle of the park. You got people that play that number 9 role. So Coach Wilson has a lot of threats and a lot of talent, a lot of things that he can use. And as a coach, that's very, very fun and exciting to be able to have those kind of players that you can kind of shift and move anywhere. They're going to play great wherever they are in the field.
Yep, very versatile team, and we're going to see yet another substitution. We're going to see Darian Chapman, the former Bishop Kelly girl, come into the fray. A defender. Here's Carreno trying to go down, make progress down that left-hand side. Spins it in field. There's a good ball up to Lang Bartels here, who will lay this ball off. And there's a shot from a long way out. That was from Gracie Hare. So it's all changed. Gracie Hare's gone more or less in the middle. And now we are going to see Van Vossen get a well-earned rest. And this will be a straight swap. Darian Chapman, a pretty decent defender, a TU girl, of course. And she will come in as a central defender wearing the number 5 shirt.
Yeah, Van Vossen getting a well-deserved break. Always working hard on there. She's made several runs forward for all of those corners, so it's not easy to make those really, really long runs. Not to mention she's played phenomenally in that back, not giving Little Rock very much options.
It's hardly anything been given up at all tonight, is there? So 2-0 the score. It feels like it could be more, but it's a very professional, competent performance from the Fortuna girls. Here's Carreno. Referee thought about giving her a foul, but he played a good advantage there, and Carreno gets a lovely ball down here to this left-hand side for Madison Verge to run onto. Verge, left foot, tries to drag it back on her right and gets the corner. That was a good piece of refereeing and a good run down the left-hand side from Madison Verge.
Great ball by Amanda Carreno. You see her experience and her vision, just kind of holding the ball up, waiting for Amanda Verge to make that run. Good job by the referee crew to let it go. Good ball, and we result in another Fortuna corner.
Yeah, and it's cleared away. It's going to come to Hummingbird here on the corner of the box. Goes round 1. Hummingbird now wins yet another corner. We're losing count of the number of corners. But it is certainly Fortuna's night in terms of possession and corners, and they made lots of substitutions for us to tell you about, and we're going to see the corner on the far side, and it's going to be taken by the in-swinging left foot of Madison Verge, who's gone across there. Here is Verge to the far post, and Darian Chapman went in clashes with the keeper, and the keeper has stayed down, and that was almost another sort of substitute coming on, scoring with the first touch.
Yeah, as a coach, you love that. It makes you seem like a mastermind of a coach there, knowing that they're primed and ready for a goal. Great service in from Madison Verge on that corner. Great in-swinger, very, very, very close there for Chapman. Again, center backs getting forward, getting on the attack.
For your chance to win a $200
great to see all these opportunities and corners from Fortuna. Obviously, they're creating lots of chances. I know that they'd probably love to finish a few more. Hopefully, we'll see that as the game progresses. But Little Rock doing a really good job of continuing to fight, continuing to battle, not making it as easy.
Here's Little Rock, as you say, coming down the left-hand side. So Shelley Long tweets in, watching from Lake Keystone. I'm enjoying the broadcast, and she tweeted into @Fortuna Tulsa. Thank you, Shelley, and a very good evening to you, Lake Keystone. Not too far away from here. Here is Little Rock inside the box, chip towards goal, and that hits the side netting, and nothing again really for Paige Hobart to do in the Fortuna goal, Brittany.
No, she had it covered. She was ready for it. Good job by Little Rock trying to get the ball moved around. Promising for them to get the ball forward, relieving a little bit of pressure from their back line. I'm sure that they love the break.
Here is Malone then. Fortuna with their record of 1-2, drawn 1 and lost 1. Going for their 3rd win of the season. That one's just going to be over. And the crowd with a few oohs and ahs, but nothing doing there. As we say, the shadows of the bleachers here that houses our commentary box are starting to creep across the beautiful surface here at TU.
I'm sure everybody on the sideline is really enjoying the shade.
Yes, indeed. I should tell you, if it gets above 80 in England, everybody says it's a heat wave and they all start complaining. So, 80 degrees is about the limit for England. Here, what do you don't start wilting till you get three figures, do you?
Yeah, I think when we hit like 103, 104, I think that's when everyone in Oklahoma starts complaining. I think anything shy of that, we're like, we can handle this.
Right, here, Fortuna, but that one's just overhit, and Malone has a little bit of work to do. Hobart has a little bit of work to do. And she rolls it out here to Madison Verge, who must be enjoying, as she gives the ball away there, must be enjoying being in this Fortuna team, who, with 3 minutes to go, lead by 2-0. Rachel Hummingbird, beautiful ball, 40-yard ball. Here's Carreno. Carreno, first time ball through for Bartels, who's quick, but is she that quick? No, because out comes Potter, but Bartels still got something on that one. And Heike has to clear the ball away to Little Rock. Flicked on there was Smokovic, who's had the one opportunity. Souza went in there twice, but Chapman comes out with the ball twice. Here is Souza. And Little Rock trying to get down the right-hand side with Smokovic. Smokovic now. Going round Verge. Smokovic now. Good ball into the box. A very good one. And Rachel Hummingbird with a header and then got knocked over for her troubles. Still Little Rock having a good little spell here at the end of this first half. But Carreno says enough of that. I'm going to take the ball away from you. And then there's a foul by Souza on Carreno.
Amanda Carreno just coming around and picking her pocket, and I think she had a little retaliation for it.
Yeah, good experienced play. Here's Madison Verge then, a couple of yards inside the touchline on this left-hand side. Fortuna trying to keep control of the ball here. Some good tackles flying in as the girls battle for the ball in the midfield. Here's Verge, who's won it for Fortuna. Hummingbird, who's the most experienced Fortuna player on the field. Long ball looking for Lang Bartels, but cut out well. Smokovic goes to ground, but she's won it back for Little Rock, and then does it come off Wagner? Wagner gives it a little push there, a little frustration from Tatum Wagner. Easy one for the referee, and fair play to Little Rock. They just get on with it, don't complain, just play the game as it should be. Carreno, that's a good interception though from Heike. And there's Rachel Hummingbird thumping the ball forward. Up front now is Annika Kalash, who's wearing the 7 shirt for Little Rock. Going to keep her eye on Jackie Marquez down there, who's going to be grabbing a player or a coach at half time for us to interview on our sideline camera. Here's Bartels. 30 seconds to go of the 45. There won't be much to be added on. This is a great little run into the box, but it's cut out well by Little Rock, and then they immediately give it away. And now here's Carreno finding that little pocket of space, and she's been fouled for the second time inside a minute. Free kick and a real chance here at the end of the first half. And Brittany, it'd be sweet if this one went in, and Coach Wilson's girls go in 3-0 up.
It's definitely a great way to end the half, ending it on a high note. Well, interesting to see who will be taking this free kick.
Yeah.
Looks like Amanda Carreno is wanting it. She's excellent at taking free kicks.
A Carreno left footer, referee says will go on the whistle. So if you're new to the game of soccer, the nearest defender or nearest player on the opposing team has to be 10 yards away in any direction. In the English Premiership and the World Cup, you'll see them take some kind of shaving foam out and they spray it down to mark the line. It's a new invention in the last couple of years. Here is Carreno then, left-footed, drives towards goal, hits the bar. Well, it looked to be sailing in the top corner. It just hit the bar. Amanda Carreno with incredible effort, which we'll probably get a replay on, but we'll just stay with the action because here's Wagner. And then is there going to be another foul? No, there isn't, says the referee. And Brittany might be able to take us through this Carreno free kick. Beautifully struck, Brittany.
Yeah, she lined up that kind of looked like she was going to loft it maybe and go back post, but instead she just strikes through it really clean here. I think it's going to just tuck in there, but just a little bit high. Great strike by Amanda Carreno, who is an extremely talented player with lots of skills.
And that was the sort of last action of the first half. But Brittany, as we look at the first half, I mean, it's been pretty much one-way traffic. I mean, Little Rock haven't just laid down and conceded a whole load of goals, but it's been pretty dominant, hasn't it, from Fortuna Tulsa?
I think you saw for the majority of it, Fortuna being pretty confident, moving the ball around, connecting their passes. I think towards the end, maybe Fortuna getting a little tired. A lot of subs were made there, but really good job from Little Rock, continuing to press, not just rolling over. I mean, whenever you go 2-0 down, it's kind of hard. It's frustrating. It's hot outside. They've dropped some games, but looking to try to come back. So good stuff from Little Rock. I know that Fortuna would have loved to have maybe finished a few more of their chances, but I think we saw a lot of positive things from them. A lot of good combination play. A lot of good things going forward. Obviously, a flurry of corner kicks. So very excited to see what the second half has in store for us.
You may have seen me peer over there because I'm just looking down pitch side, and we are delighted to say that Jackie Marquez, our sideline reporter, has got one. Renee Wilson scored the first goal, so let's hear what she's got to say. Over to you, Jackie.
Our NEOFC and our referees of today, Jonathan Jennings, Rex Dobbings, and Bailey Bynum.
Thank you, Dave. We're here with Renee Wilson. How does it feel to be able to score 2 goals back-to-back after that last game on Tuesday?
Phenomenal, honestly. It feels great. It feels great to represent the city of Tulsa, and I think the team has really come together in the last couple games, especially. So I'm not alone in that victory.
Yeah, what have you all been doing the chemistry has been a lot better compared from the first game to now. Like, it has really shown. What do you do to be able to prepare for the games?
Well, the team, like at practice, Coach Wilson has really been taking us through the shape that he wants us to play. It's a defensive shape. Even on the attack, we kind of attack as a team, defend as a team. So I think that's really helped the chemistry, just each player being able to understand the other one's roles. I think gives us a more complete picture when we're going forward.
Is there going to be a second goal?
I'm definitely going to do my best. Honestly, if I can get the ball at the top of the 18, I'll try.
Sounds great. Good luck. Thank you. Back to you, Dave.
So much more. Check out.
That's Jackie Marquez there with Renee Wilson. A lovely smile on Renee Wilson's face, and it was a fantastic goal that she scored. We might be able to look at the replays of the first half in a moment, Brittany, but we said how important it is to have more mature players with respect to the younger players in the squad, and Renee Wilson is one of those that leads you forward, and it was wonderful tonight she got that goal.
Well, you can see the smile on her face, and that just kind of shows you how much she loves what she does, and how excited she is. I know, speaking with her kind of through the season, she's coming back off of ACL surgery and things like that. It's not easy to come back from those things, but she's got herself fit, she's healthy, she's worked her way in the squad, and I think you were really seeing what she can do, and having those experienced players like Renee Wilson, like Sarah Schwartz, Amanda Carreno, players like that, you just see them making small things in the game, just kind of holding the ball, waiting for people to make runs, finding different channels that maybe not the younger players don't see yet. I mean, so there's definitely huge benefits of having that, and not just that, but the maturity to kind of have some gamesmanship as they're playing. So having that composure, leading as an example, directing. You kind of saw Amanda Carreno trying to play some balls through that. She kind of felt as a coach herself and as an experienced player, wanting them to kind of make those runs through. So you can see her being like, make those runs through, continue your run, and then as the game went on, you saw Fortuna kind of start getting a little bit more in, making more of those runs. So exciting to see. You just kind of see some of the younger players playing off of the experience of those more experienced players like Renee Wilson, like Sierra Schwartz, like Yolanda Thomas whenever she's in here. So excited to see what a great mix of players, though. You have that young talent. You have players like Gracie Hare coming in, just finishing her senior year of high school and making a huge impact, and then being able to play with those kind of players, and players like Anna Beffer, who played, brilliant, had an amazing career at OSU, kind of bridging the gap in between the two. I mean, so it's really exciting to see, and it's exciting to see as the seasons progress and as it's worn on, you can see those players really coming together and having a great time with each other. I mean, watching them all in warm-up was really exciting to see, and you can just see how well they're all getting along together. I mean, how much fun that they're having playing. I mean, it's awesome to see, exciting to see.
It's great to see. Just before I let you have a little break, Brittany, if you're Coach Wilson now, it's very easy, isn't it, to with respect to the opposition, feel like this, you go through the motions of the second half, but he'll be saying to them, presumably, look, I want a couple more goals before I can really, really settle myself down here, because 2-0 is a dangerous score, isn't it? I know Little Rock have only had one sort of attack on goal, but, the next goal probably is really important that they get that early. Your thoughts on what Coach Wilson might be saying to the girls now, or about to say to the girls?
You're right. I mean, 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. I mean, Little Rock gets one in, that kind of breathes life back into them. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to continue controlling the game. So I'm sure Coach Wilson is going to continue to say, look, let's do what we continue to do at the beginning of the first half. They look to press. They look to continue to connect out of the back through their middle, finding those channels that they were really successful doing. I think as the game wore on, maybe that broke down just a little bit. So he's going to be looking to kind of get some of those players that started back in, trying to get that chemistry moving again, and trying to try to finish more opportunities.
There it is. Support local soccer, and you've got the Fortuna badge there 3 times. Tell you what, we'll take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll have a look at some of those first half highlights. With the halftime score here, it is Fortuna Tulsa 2, the Little Rock Rangers 0.
Downtown entertainment 24 hours a day, only at Osage Casino Hotel.
Hey Fortuna Tulsa fans, I'm Cora Dunnick, number 21. Just wanted to let you know that we have partnered with a free app called UTown. UTown is our official team app, serving as our digital program. Open the app at our game to find game updates, roster information, food trucks, game sponsors, and much more. UTown is your app for real-time events and deals. Thanks for supporting women's soccer. Download the UTown app, and we'll see you at the game.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? By opening new doors to big possibilities with the first ever Ford EcoSport.
My niece Maria. Hi. Perfection.
By connecting drivers to what's important.
I love that.
And by protecting those who matter the most. The all-new EcoSport, it's the big upgrade in a small package. From Ford, America's best-selling brand. See what you can get for under 20 grand with the all-new EcoSport.
Yeah. So, welcome back in here to the University of Tulsa. Dave Saunders alongside Brittany Scraper. There we are, the commentary team, and we will take you through now some first half highlights with the score 2-0. And after several corners, there was yet another corner, and it was from this corner, from the left-hand side, that Anna Beffer was able to cause mayhem with another one of those accurately placed corners. And delighted we are for Rennie Wilson. And here's Brittany taking you through this goal from the corner.
Yeah, we saw Fortuna have several corners. I mean, well placed. I think this is the second goal. So it's a good setup by Renee Wilson out there to Anna Beffer, and then Jordan Lane Bartels. Great job on the one-touch finish. I mean, exciting. You come in, that's your first touch. I mean, that's what you want. Your first touch should be as a goal.
Yeah, well,
it's what everyone dreams of.
Good spot as well. It was the second goal. Exactly. I mean, isn't it a joy when you're a coach yourself? You bring someone on, and everybody thinks you're the best coach in the world because they go and score a goal their first time.
Yeah, it's kind of, you kind of want to know, is it luck? Does it just kind of work out? Is it brilliant coaching? I think it's maybe a little bit of both.
Here's the first goal. This is the Annabeffa corner out of shot here.
You can see good movement by Fortuna, kind of making a little chaotic. Sierra Short's getting a little bit of a touch, and then Renee Wilson just coming in and slamming it home. And then you see that big, huge smile on her face. It's very exciting to see. Great celebration by Renee Wilson.
Any fault there with respect to Michaela Potter in the Little Rock goal? You know, difficult one for keepers, isn't it?
It's very hard. I mean, she's done well with several of the corners that they've had. She's positioned herself well. I mean, the ball kind of coming in, she got a little bit of deflection on it, but Sierra Swartz kind of getting in her way and running a little bit of interference there. I think it makes it harder to kind of get that second rebound, and then it just pops to Renee Wilson there. But difficult position to be in as a goalkeeper, and obviously she's had a lot to do tonight. She's been very busy. She's had a lot of really good clean saves, but hard whenever, you know, there's constantly, you know, how many of her 10-plus corners Fortuna had tonight. Hard to defend it against every single one.
You say 10 plus, you're right. They've just been banging on the door, and really it's been fairly, you know, one-way traffic. And I don't know if we've got the replay, but Amanda Carreno hitting the bar with pretty much the last kick of the half. Really, if that had gone in, I think that would have been perhaps more of a reflection. Here it is. Brittany, take us through this. I mean, how well does she strike this, Carreno?
She does. I mean, you can't see her lining up here in this replay, but she lines up kind of deceivingly. You think that she's going to kind of loft it in maybe to somebody to the back post, but instead she just lines up and just drives it with her laces. I mean, here's a better look at it. So you kind of get a feeling that, you know, she's kind of looking over there. She's very, very sneaky that way, Amanda Carreno. She's never going to let you know exactly what she's thinking she's going to do. So she kind of looks off like maybe she's going to have like an in-swinger looking for a header off someone else, but instead she just drives it. Unlucky, though, to hit the post. I mean, just a little bit lower and it's in, but brilliantly struck with that left foot. It looks like it hits just right there in the corner of the crossbar. But, yeah, that goes in. I think it's maybe more of an accurate scoreline of how the game's been played. Fortuna obviously having the majority of possession and play, having lots and lots of opportunities, and obviously all the corners and opportunities and chances that they've created has been quite a bit.
Nice crowd in here tonight as the shade is coming over the stadium here at TU. Wonderful arena this for the girls to play. We'll take a break now, a longer break. Thank you for your company here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. This is Dave Saunders and Brittany Scraper saying the halftime score again is Fortuna Tulsa 2, Little Rock Rangers 0.
Downtown entertainment 24 hours a day only at Osage Casino Hotel.
Hey Fortuna Tulsa fans, I'm Cora Dunick, number 21. Just wanted to let you know that we have partnered with a free app called U-Town. U-Town is our official team app serving as our digital program. Open the app at our game to find game updates, roster information, food trucks, game sponsors, and much more. U-Town is your app for real-time events and deals. Thanks for supporting women's soccer. Download the U-Town app, and we'll see you at the game.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? By opening new doors to big possibilities with the first ever Ford EcoSport.
My niece Maria. Hi. Perfection.
By connecting drivers to what's important.
I love that.
And by protecting those who matter the most. The all-new EcoSport, it's the big upgrade in a small package. From Ford, America's best-selling brand. See what you can get for under 20 grand with the all-new EcoSport.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wendy Emerson, and I'm Fortuna Tulsa's official orthopedic surgeon, and I will be spending my summer attending their home games and helping take care of any acute injuries that happen during games or after.
Welcome back in here to the University of Tulsa, and here are the Fortuna Tulsa girls coming out for the second half. And it's all smiles, Brittany Scraper, because you would expect that when you're leading by 2-0 and dominating all the possession.
Yeah, it's a great night for Fortuna. I think they're feeling more comfortable in the play. You see a little bit more of a style of play coming from Fortuna, which is exciting to see. But they're coming in sitting in the position that they want to be. You obviously want to be up. You know, they're maintaining their shutout at the moment. A lot of positive things coming from the first half. A lot of players getting played, seeing a lot of new faces, and I think everyone having a really good game so far. So exciting to see what adjustments Coach Wilson's going to make, what lineups he's going to have go in for the second half.
Yeah, just looking, there might be a goalkeeping change, and I'm looking down there. Carreno's going to stay on, but apart from that, I'm looking at the numbers, and I think it's pretty much back to a starting, certainly 9 of them, I think, or Carol's still out there, isn't she? But Beffa's there, and Malone, and the back 4 looks to be back to its normality. So you know, he will want to get that third and fourth goal pretty early on, and then really go through giving everybody the run, won't he?
Yeah, you don't want to go too long with the 2-0 scoreline. I mean, you never know what can happen. A PK can be given, a free kick. You know, anything can happen in the game of soccer, and you just kind of want to put things away early. So I mean, I'm sure his halftime talk was something very along the lines of, our job's not done yet, we need to keep pressing, I want at least 2 more. that would definitely be my halftime speech.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's that kind of night. But to be fair to Little Rock, I want to pay a bit of tribute to them, because it's not easy when you come in 0-5. You've only scored 4 goals, you've led in 27, you know, and there's still big smiles. I can see one of them smiling there with the referee, and they were smiling with their coach. And you know they are building. They're a team that's building, and you know, to be fair to them, they've not laid down and said, there we are, parting of the Red Sea, through you come on our keeper Michaela Potter, have they? You know, they've okay, offensively it's been difficult for them to get things going, but they've been a reasonably good opposition here for Tulsa.
Definitely, and they're also traveling, so I mean, it's not a huge distance for them to travel, but anytime you travel, it's difficult. I mean, the weather's hot. You know, obviously they've had some obstacles to overcome here, and I think you saw late in the game them really pressing and trying to create some opportunities, and they got some kind of shots off goal there. But yeah, absolutely exciting to see. I mean, they're smiling. So I mean, the game of soccer is an amazing thing, and it's so much fun to see these players enjoying themselves and enjoying the game so much, and continuing to work hard no matter what. And that's such a great role model, really, for all the other younger players to see that, you know, you might be down, but you don't stop playing, you keep pushing, you keep pressing, and you enjoy what you do. You don't get down on yourself, you don't get sad, you don't stop, you continue to go, and you continue to enjoy playing, because it's a great game to play.
Yeah, certainly is. And here's someone who loves playing the game, and it's Anna Beffa. She's on the ball here in the first minute of the second half, threading a lovely ball through here to Schwartz with a shot. Keeper does it at the second time of asking. Just one of those horrible moments for a goalkeeper there, Brittany.
Yeah, and she's in the sun there, so that's a really tough position. So you kind of got half shade, half in the sun there. Really difficult view from the goalkeeper, but great stuff by Anna Beffer in the middle. Great control. She does such a good job of taking her space. Brilliant through ball to Sierra Schwartz. Tara Smith looking here to try to play Sierra Schwartz through again as well. You know, Sierra Schwartz is looking for that goal. She was really hungry in the first half, so we'll see if she can net one in this half.
And there is a great moment for Michaela Mackay, who is the goalkeeper in the yellow shirt there in your picture, punting the ball down. She has come on for the second half for Coach Wilson's girls. And here is Malone. And here's Carreno, who hit the bar with that last effort of the first half. Now Fortuna coming down the left-hand side. Tara Smith, wearing 16, keeps the ball in here. Tricky player. Onto her right foot, towards goal. Down goes the keeper, and that was a good piece of tidy goalkeeping. As we say, Corbin Cannon, thank you, who said, come on Rangers, Little Rock Rangers. So we hope you're still with us, Corbin. Get in contact again if you would. And some people asking about the referees and the fourth officials. And I can tell you, just a reminder, the referee is Gabriel Castro Colon, the Rick McDowell and Scott Kay, the ARs, and Reza Namavar, who is the fourth. And there he is right on cue, just backheeling the ball to Aisling Kitterman, who gets it back from Beffa. So thank you for getting in touch with us here on Facebook Live. I'd like to thank my wife for watching as well. That's nice that she's watching in tonight, watching Fortuna leading by 2-0. That's a ball over the top, looking for Schwartz. Cross comes the defender, clears the danger, throw into Fortuna, who are keeping up the pressure, Brittany, in this second half, leading by 2-0.
Very good start by Fortuna, and we talked about Coach Wilson wanting them to press and continue and try to get another goal quickly. It looks like that is what they are aiming to do here as Carroll battles in the corner there.
Pressure's still on, and I think another ball is needed. So thank you for your company here on Facebook Live and also YouTube Live. And if you want to get in contact, at Fortuna Tulsa on the tweets. We'll see if we can get your tweet up on our screen. And as I always say, tell us where you are watching from. As the ball is cleared by the Little Rock Rangers. Keep saying it's the temperature's just dropping a few degrees, but it's certainly in the high 80s, maybe still 90 out there. It's incredible to think that, and the girls have been taking on water at half time, and it's just a beautiful night for soccer. Given away by Fortuna. Here's Little Rock in those red and white hooped shirts. This is a run down the left hand side, which is cut out well by Hayley Van Fossen. But she is going to concede the foul there on Ellie Booth. And Sean Johnson-Sexton says, as I just alluded to, that the AR1 is Rick McDowell. So free kick for Little Rock, who can get this ball into the box. Out comes Mackay and does extremely well. And coming on early on the second half, Brittany, that's exactly what you want your goalkeeper to do, and she'll feel good about that.
Very confident, very well read. I mean, she caught it clean, so definitely what you need out of your goalkeeper is something, we've said you don't necessarily, when your team's dominating a game, you don't always see the ball, but when you're called upon, you got to be ready to execute things.
Yes, indeed. So here in Tulsa is Anna Beffa, the captain. Kidderman now stepping inside. Carreno. Kidderman keeping possession. Van Fossen will go to Hummingbird here. The reliable centre-back pairing. Up to Beffa again. Beffa had her shirt tugged, but on we go. Good advantage played by the referee. Here's Rachel Carroll. And she will win a corner. And I just want to say,
winner for
Paula Malone, thank you. She says watching from, is it Dumas, Texas?
Is Gay Winters, $50 gift card to
So
Quick
thank
Trip.
you, Paula, for that one.
Gay Winters, head on over to the red and white tent to claim your prize.
And
for our friend
Beffa will take a corner from the right-hand side. Fortuna have got no fewer than 3, 6, 7 in and around the box. She goes short here to Carreno. Carreno now to Beffa. Beffa wrong foots the defender, could drive the ball in, hits the defender, back to Beffa again, still knocking on the door at Tulsa. Here's Malone, and she gets in a good tackle, but Little Rock have averted the danger with Smokovic.
Yeah, well defended. I mean, great bit of play by Fortuna. I like kind of the short ball and the great skill by Anna Beffa looking to try to play it across, but Little Rock standing their ground very well back there.
Little run down the left-hand side. Ball is out, unfortunately, for Tucker on this left-hand side, wearing number 12.
The main gate entrance for Sunday's game at 2
World
o'clock
Cup
here.
continuing tomorrow morning. Oklahoma time,
Stadium.
5 a.m. France against Australia. The Socceroos against Les Bleus. I think there's a bit of an upset on the cards for that one.
Dave, I have that feeling as well. It's a very young, cocky French side.
Here's Carroll now. Can she get in there? More of the World Cup in a moment. Of course, the big game, 1 o'clock on Monday. Tunisia versus a team called England.
I know that you can't wait for that matchup, Gabe.
Here is Kitterman. Well, I might be, I don't know. After the game, will I be wanting to look forward to the next one? I don't know. We'll see. I think for England's group, Tunisia, Panama, and then the final game against Belgium. I think Belgium and England, presumably the favourites in that group to go through, will. When they saw the draw, I think you always want the hardest team last. I felt a bit for Portugal and Spain today. Again, we don't want to give away the result, but playing each other in that first game, it's tough. You don't want to lose your first game.
No, you don't. And then being in a World Cup, it's nice to kind of have time to build as you go.
Talking about building, here's Topless going through, but Hummingbird's too quick for her. And then beautiful skill from Topless. And then the referee says we will take the free kick. Rachel Hummingbird, to me, is a class act at the back. I mean, there's not much that gets past her. Brittany is a...
She is. I mean, she reads the game really well. She's not only a solid back, but she also has skill. So you see a good bit of skill up from her there. I mean, it's something that's great to have. If you're Coach Wilson, that you've got a center back that can read the game really well, play hard, but also keep it and have great skill.
Kenny Jacobs says, watching from the Denver area. Here's Tucker. Hummingbird will chase this one. Under pressure from Topless, the number 4, and she's fouled. Hummingbird again, bit of frustration coming in. Referee might just have a word and say, look, that's 2 in this short space of time.
Yeah, she'll be risking a card possibly if she continues.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a card here at all in any of the games for Fortuna.
Yeah, I think it's mostly being played pretty clean in all of these matches so far. Lots of hard challenges, hard tackles, but everything for the most part pretty clean.
And that's what you want, isn't it? Nothing wrong with a good hard challenge. Here is Beffa bringing in Carol. Carol now wearing 11. Good ball into the box. That'll go back to the keeper as the defender did well to avert the danger there. Rachel Carroll has impressed me since she's been on the field.
She has. She's made a big impact since she came on in the first half. She had a lot of great runs and created a lot of stuff, and she's done really well in this half as well.
Yeah, she's come on that right-hand side wearing 11. Here she is, right on cue, as a helicopter flies above. Doesn't find Sierra Schwartz. And it's Hakey. And that's a good takeaway from Smith, who will go in for number 3. No, she's put it wide. Well, I don't know if we can get a replay on that, because that is a real snatch away from the defender, Hakey. And Tara Smith just wide. Here she is. Brittany, you take us through this replay.
You see her kind of sneaking. She sees the defender take a little heavy touch, and then she pounces on it. Tara Smith, very, very quick, does a great job, pushes to penetrate towards the goalkeeper, does a good job of kind of taking the angle away. Here we go again. Tara Smith reading it as well.
Tara
Smith around.
Yeah, around the keeper, and in she goes. Well, Tara Smith, who just put it wide a few seconds before, and this time makes no mistake, drew the keeper. Nothing the keeper could do, and Tara Smith makes it 3. It's your Fortuna Tulsa 3, the Little Rock Rangers 0. Here's the replay with Brittany.
Yeah, so she does the same thing as she did before. She's reading things really well. She gets right there. She uses her speed and quickness, has a great little touch around the goalkeeper, and then this time there's no mistaking it. She's going to put it in the back of the net and get that finish for Fortuna's 3rd goal. Yeah,
there it is. Drew the keeper, and now you would have thought with 55 minutes gone we might see some changes in the Fortuna lineup.
3rd goal of the night, scored by number 16, Tara Smith.
So Tara Smith, the 3rd one of the night. 3-0 the score. And it is a free kick on the far side. Still the sunshine on the far side of the stadium. Here's the free kick from Dunnock, flicked on by Schwartz. She'll have to chase that one. Cross goes the defender and clears the ball. Defender there was the number 21, and that's Aisha Hollingsworth. Here's Smith, scored the 3rd. Dunnock down this left-hand side. Schwartz working hard on the left-hand side, lays the ball off again to Smith. Smith, who's Finding pockets of space to Malone. Kitterman. Through 2 players now. Here's Carroll. Good step inside. Can she go past the second? She can. Carroll now onto her left foot. Will cross the ball. Beautiful cross into the box. Headed away. Carreno's there trying to pick up the scraps of the ball that came out of the box. But Malone now will keep things ticking over for Fortuna. In steps Booth. Booth driving the ball forward. Looking for a topless here. She's in behind, but Hummingbird goes across, shot towards goal, easy save for the goalkeeper, Michaela Mackay, who again was in exactly the right place.
Definitely right where she needed to be. A little bit of a couple mistakes there by Malone in the middle, and Van Fossen looks like she kind of maybe got a little bit of a trip, but great job to recover from Fortuna to kind of press that ball a little bit further to the side, make it a more difficult angle to shoot from, but obviously a goalkeeper coming up, exactly what you need out of the back.
Now the Little Rock goalkeeper rolls the ball out to the far side. Still Little Rock trying to fashion out their attacks. Judith Flores getting involved there, but it's given away again. Malone in the centre circle here to Carreno, again finding pockets of space, the number 20. Slides the ball out to Smith. Smith to Schwartz. Schwartz now back to Smith. Good progress being made by Fortuna. Ball in from Smith, away by Heike. Here's Beffer. Great piece of skill from Anna Beffer. Threads it forward, looking for Carroll. Here's Carreno. Battling with Claire Palmer there. And now Little Rock have possession of the ball. That was Shmokovic down the right-hand side. Good tackle coming in from Dunnock, and now in plenty of space is Anna Beffer. Beffer has taken numerous corners tonight. There's an offside by our assistant referee, Mr. McDowell, and you can see when he puts the flag out there, there's quite a breeze out there, which we don't realise in the commentary box.
Unfortunately. I'm sure it's very nice for everybody out there, getting a little bit of a cool off. The shades kind of coming over the field and most of the crowd here tonight, so I'm sure everyone's been a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, here is Little Rock trying to make it uncomfortable for Fortuna. Hummingbird back to the keeper Mackay, and the ball is cleared by Hummingbird and out. Darren Malone says, watching from the stands. Great commentary. Thank you. Well, thank you, Darren. I hope you're enjoying the game and our commentary isn't putting it off too much for you. Somewhere here at TU on a, as we keep saying, beautiful night. Coming up to the hour mark, 3-0 to Tulsa. Of course, you are very welcome to tell us who you think will win the World Cup as well. And if you say England, I might find you and buy you a drink. Here's Fortuna clearing the ball. There's Hayley Van Fossen, headed on by Carroll. Being given an extended run here by Wilson. Here she is again. Now, who's she got? On the far side is Tara Smith. She ran into a little bit of traffic there. And here are our Little Rock. And that's gone all the way through to Mackay. That's a good header up to Schwartz here, who again holds off the defender, brings in Tara Smith down that left-hand side. 4 shirts ahead of her for her teammates. That's a good ball in here to Carroll. Carroll wanted the shot. Good defending though. Strong defending from Heike. And in the end, well, it's somehow scrambled away, but we'll see that on the replay. And here's Brittany to take you through that last attack.
Yeah, great stuff from both sides. I mean, well done, well defended by good tackles there by Little Rock, but great job by Carroll to not stop. I mean, she kept going, and it was a great half chance. Goalkeeper looks like she just gets a little bit of a touch on it, and so we're going to see yet another corner.
Yeah, now here's Carreno laying it back to Beffer. Beffer kind of trips on over the ball. Cleared away by Little Rock. Little Rock defender felt she was challenged slightly late. Here's Malone ringing in Dunnock. In comes the tackle again. Ball spins dangerously into the area. And that's headed away. Here's Tucker. Tucker has been dispossessed by Dunnock. Dunnock wearing 21 to Schwartz. Schwartz goes down, cries a penalty from someone in the crowd, but referee still playing on. Shmokovic now down the right-hand side. Haley Van Vossen has to go across. Those two clash. It's Booth and Van Vossen, but she's so strong in that position. Just makes the girl bounce off her there, doesn't she?
She uses her body extremely well to shield and position and make it very hard for attackers to get anywhere near that ball when she's around it.
Former Union product TSC club ball here in Tulsa and the University of Arkansas. Substitution going to be made. On comes the number 18, that's Simone Bennett for Little Rock. And a rather disappointing Little Rock player sits down, and that is Josie Fesluez, who has a drink. Here's Carreno. She was under pressure, a lot of pressure there from Claire Palmer. Beffa now likes to be on the ball in the midfield. Judith Flores was tackled there. Kidderman tries to get the ball forward. This is a good run from Carroll now. She's got Beffa wide on the right. She finds Beffa. Anna Beffa now bearing down on goal. Beautiful slip ball through here to Schwartz, who must score and make it 4. She does! Sierra Schwartz looks to the sky, punches the air, and says, "At last I have a goal." Sierra Schwartz with the 4th. It is Fortuna Tulsa 4, the Little Rock Rangers 0.
Very excited to see Sierra Schwartz finally get the goal. You can see that relief on her face. Great build-up play by Fortuna. Excellent stuff by Carroll to draw those defenders. Great run by Anna Beffer. Brilliantly placed across. Sierra Schwartz making a great run, and it's a great finish with her left foot. And you can see right there just the excitement and relief on Sierra Schwartz's face that she finally got that goal that she's been working so hard for.
Yeah, you say, and you're right. You're right in saying she's worked so hard for, because she has. She comes off the field now, but she gets her 4th. And I'm looking at Rachel Carroll, big smile on her face. She's really impressed me tonight. Tatum Wagner comes back in. Lang Bartels is wearing 12, but she'll play in the centre forward role. Here she is, right on cue on the ball. Angela Potter says 3 Lions, which of course, thank you Angela, is England. Here is Lang Bartels threading it forward here to Wagner. Wagner's inside the box here, steps inside, one challenge, curls it just over the bar. She did everything right apart from the finish.
Yeah, great stuff by Tatum Wagner. She's a very skillful player. She does a great job, cuts the ball inside and just kind of gets a little bit under it. Well, she would have probably loved to have that one back.
Yeah, she would have done. As I said, she did everything right. The K-State player. Former Bixby girl. Did you
I did.
have Tatum?
My first year at Bixby, had the honor to coach Tatum. It was very, very fun to coach her. She was super exciting to play. Everybody, I think she had 3 people marking her almost every game we had, so that was awesome, and she still managed to score tons and tons of goals.
Yeah. Plus, of course, there's 2 girls. You're taken out of position there, isn't it, when you get 3 on 1?
Exactly.
Now, here are Little Rock.
Tara Smith's so quick in the middle. She reads the ball so well. It's a brilliant ball down the right side for Tatum Wagner, who loves the open space.
And she's going right for goal here, and across comes the defender in the nick of time, because Tatum Wagner was really bearing down on goal. She thought, why not? I'm just going to have a run at these girls. And it was Heikki who came across with the defender. But as you say, Smith again winning the ball and playing a beautiful ball to Wagner.
Yeah, Tara Smith is doing a really good job of reading when to step, and she's so quick and is able to get there and close that space so quickly that the defenders and the Little Rock players are just not anticipating her getting there so quickly, and she's able to pick it off yet again and create another wonderful chance for Fortuna, and yet another Fortuna corner kick.
Yeah, Beffer again to the far post. Hummingbirds underneath this one. It's going to fall to Lang Bartels, who's on the far side now. She goes past 1 defender, past 2, got to the line. Out comes the keeper. Bit of unorthodox goalkeeping, but she gets there in the end, and fair play to her. She did well there, Michaela Potter, first with the feet and then with the hands.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, she had that much space and that much time. Somebody had to close her down, and you know, Michaela Potter's like, might as well be me. So she stepped in there and made a great save.
Juliana Coates is coming in along with Darian Chapman for Fortuna, and Rachel Hummingbird gets a very well-earned rest. She pats both subs on the back. Well done to her. And Van Fossen as well. So that's 2 central defenders replaced with 2 pretty good other central defenders.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows you that depth that Fortuna has on their bench and their team to have 2 incredible center backs that are playing really well to sub in 2 other really, really good center backs who also are great at their positions and what they do. So happy to be good run by Tatum Wagner.
Yeah,
again.
Tatum
Great
Wagner.
bit of skill.
Yeah, good piece of skill. Lays it back, looking for Beffa. But in stepped Claire Palmer, who's done pretty well, to be fair, to Little Rock. The referee has a rare blow of the whistle. It's been that kind of game that he's not had many fouls to call tonight. So Mr. Colon. So here, with possession of the ball, is Claire Palmer. She'll get it back again here, gives it to Beffa, then gets it back from Beffa, and Beffa wins it to Wagner. Wagner now with a good driving run, but Lang Bartels goes wide on the right. Here's Wagner, threads it through, and out comes the keeper, and, well, Tatum Wagner ends up on the grass. Just chose the wrong ball there, to be fair to her.
Yeah, she did a good job of taking that space in the middle of the pitch. I mean, that's a very Cristiano Ronaldo thing to do. He does that. He's pretty famous for it. And forcing those defenders to readjust their angles, kind of pull them out of position there. Just unfortunate with the ball. Didn't quite fall where she wanted it to.
Long ball from Kitterman. Bounces once. Lang Bartels goes in for the challenge. Akey will clear up, but then gives it away to Beffa. 4-0 the score. Here's Carreno chipping a beautiful ball over the defence. Here's Wagner. She's been driven wide, and the keeper does well to catch at the near post, but Carreno with a beautiful, delicate chip over the back line.
That's what she's good at. She's good at so many things. She's good at, all the foot skills. She's great at free kicks and laying those little nice chips and through balls.
She certainly does, and we're going to see another substitution here, and I think Renee Wilson's going to come back in, and Beffa's going to get a well-earned rest, so that'll be a straight swap. No let up if you're a Little Rock player, is there? You know, you see one player after the other being substituted by the opposition, and they all come in, and they can all be in the first team, couldn't they? I mean, it's so strong.
Yeah, I mean, Fortuna, I mean, Coach Wilson has a very difficult job every week of who's starting, who's playing, who's suiting up. I mean, he has so many talented players, you know, to choose from and play from, that I do not envy his job.
No.
Also, Katie Smith coming on for Ashlyn Kitterman, getting a little bit of a rest as well.
Yeah, Ashlyn, who's been the resident right back. Back again at 2 p.m. on Sunday, Father's Day, for the Fortuna girls to play against Texas Spurs. Our first look at Texas Spurs, who beat tonight's opposition 4-1 and 5-1, respectively. Lang Bartels runs into Heike. Heike does well there. Tucker there wins the ball off Wagner. Tucker wearing 12, lays off to Flores. Flores now to this near side. Forward they go. Darian Chapman on familiar turf here, been a TU graduate. Here's Carreno. Referee will play on. There was no foul there. Both girls going in cleanly for that one. Tucker with a good run down the left-hand side. Smith for company, and Smith it is who comes out with the ball. Good defending. Katie Smith with the defensive play there. Palmer. Still Little Rock wanting to fashion out some opportunities, but Tara Smith says enough of that. I'm going to drive right down the middle of the field. Good tackle coming in from Palmer there, but it's going to fall nicely for Lang Bartels, who will say we'll take the throw in. Sun has gone in now, and we're going to see Madison Verge come on, left hand side I think, and we're also going to see Gracie Hare come in. So good shuffling of the pack, sensible thing to do. Big smiles as Dunnett comes off there.
66 brought to you by the Flats on Archer.
Really good to see these girls getting a run. So I want to say thank you to our production team tonight, to our cameramen who've stood up there in the heat. It is very hot on top of the box, I can tell you. So thank you to them, and also to our producer and director Michael Blazik, who's here many hours before the kickoff, plugging in wires and taping things down and mixing the pictures that you see. So thank you to him, and we will all be back on Sunday at 2 for the next Fortuna episode. Very excited. I mean, we said after the first game we were like kids in a candy store. I mean, it's just so exciting, this, isn't it, to bring this to Tulsa.
It is exciting. I mean, there's so many people and there's been so much excitement around it, and I mean, everyone that's involved with it is such high level and such and brings such class, and you just see such a level of excellence being executed with everything that's done regarding Fortuna's. All the sponsors and everything that they've gotten, and the atmosphere that they create during the games has been something that's been missing and lacking in Tulsa soccer, and it's exciting to see in every game, and it's awesome to watch these girls.
As the ball goes through to Lang Bartels, could it be 5? It is 5, and Lang Bartels, her second of the night. Beautiful play from Katie Smith with the assist. Lang Bartels there just kept her cool, drew the keeper, threaded it under her. 73 minutes gone. Fortuna Tulsa 5, Little Rock Rangers 0.
We can kind of see the game starting to open up for Fortuna Tulsa now. Katie Smith will have an excellent run at the back, and she's going at speed. It's really hard to defend whenever you're coming at full speed, and she does a great job of just waiting that ball. Really good run by Jordan Lang Bartel. She held it just when she needed to. Great run across. She's not making a flat run. She's making it across, which is brilliant. So excellent job by Katie Smith and Jordan Lang Bartels. I mean, great effort there. But again, you kind of starting to see the game open up a little bit more for Fortuna as Little Rock gets a little bit tired, a little frustrated. You know, hard to have 4 goals put away against you. So great stuff though if you're a Fortuna fan.
Yeah, Lang Bartels were second of the night. It's going to be another substitution. Peyton Lockley has come on wearing 20, and also coming on is Josie Verslunes. And well done to the gentleman with the Vuvuzela. Great performance just in front of our commentary box, signaling 5-0. This is the heaviest number of goals that Fortuna has scored this season, beating of course the 3 against Demise in the friendly and the 2 at home last Saturday against FC Wichita, and a very good performance against a very good team. Referee is not having anything to do with that. Here's Chapman in the centre circle. Beautiful ball to the left hand side to Tara Smith. 2 Smiths on the field for Fortuna. Here's Tara Smith to Lang Bartels, who's on a hat-trick of course, bearing down on goal. Just a heavy touch there, and the keeper came out. She was caught by Lang Bartels, and she clears the ball, and it's going to be a throw-in on the far side to Fortuna Tulsa. Here's Gracie Hare. Good turn from her. Brings in Katie Smith. Smith, who really set up that last goal. Brilliant piece of play and a lovely threaded ball. Tatum Wagner was pulled back. No, says the referee. And a good 1-2 brings in Tucker, but is she going to run out of room? Yes, she is. Still playing Little Rock. They've given their all, to be fair to them. Rachel Carroll will come back in. Going to be a throw-in, but we're going to see the substitution, are we, first? Yep, we are, and a round of applause for this young lady, because Tara Smith has really impressed me tonight, and you, Brittany, I know.
Yes, she has. I mean, she's been explosive over there on that side. I mean, she's created a lot of chances and a lot of things out of nothing.
Do you know what? It's, when we opened up the show at 20-7, we'll come back to that in a minute, because here's Wagner, who's really very quick, and there's a shot from Lang Bartels, who desperately wants that hat-trick, and down goes poor old Michaela Potter, whose goal is being really it's a siege on her goal really now, isn't it, as it comes across. I was just going to make a comment on the crowd. You know, when we were down the pitch side at 20-7, we thought, wow, maybe a few more people will come. It was absolutely packed in the bleachers down below us, in the aluminum bleachers, isn't it? It's a fantastic sight to see.
It is, yeah. It takes just maybe a little time for everybody to get off work and get over here, but everyone's definitely trickled in, and it's another fantastic atmosphere at this game. I mean, it's a beautiful venue. I mean, there's lots of excitement. There's lots of great things for families and things set up to do, but I mean, everyone's coming out, and you just feel such a good atmosphere, and it's Fortuna's putting on such a great show for everyone tonight.
They are, and talking of a great show, we've got 13 minutes left. We won't want this one to end. Here's Gracie Hare threading the ball forward. This is a great run down the left-hand side by Carroll. Good tackle, though, coming in. Beautiful tackle, timed well by Josie Fesluis. Here's a good run from Hare again, goes around two tired defenders. Was she pulled back? She has a go towards goal, but that's a good few yards over, and just noticing a little bit of tired defending, and I think that's sensible coaching from the Little Rock coach, who says we'll make a couple of changes because some of the girls are getting tired. That's Tasha Flynn, the head coach. Still smiles from them. I've admired the way they've just kept going.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a great job. I mean, hats off to Little Rock. They've worked hard all game. They've pressed. They've definitely done their best. It's not easy. I mean, Fortuna's a great team and a great place to come play against, and they've had a great game and worked really hard all game.
Still not too late to get in contact with the show at Fortuna Tulsa on the tweets, or you can get in touch with us on Facebook Live. Thank you for your company here, Dave Saunders and Brittany Scraper in the commentary box. And Jackie Marquez on the sideline for us. She'll be talking to, hopefully we'll get a comment from Coach Wilson at the end, or a player or two. I thought Ronaldo's hat-trick was the best soccer fear of the day until Annabeth for 18 got 3 assists for at Fortuna Tulsa. That's from, is it TRG Todd? And now here is Wagner making it 6 for Fortuna. You can't take your eyes off this one as I did then. It's Tatum Wagner who gets number 6, and they've really broken this Little Rock team down now. It is Fortuna Tulsa 6, Little Rock Rangers 0. And here's Brittany with the replay.
Good switch, well done. Great first touch by Amanda Carino. It's a great ball through. We've talked about all day how she's just such a skillful player, and those little chips and those balls that she has, she just finesses through. Brilliantly put over, and then just a very calm, composed finish by a very experienced goal scorer, Tatum Wagner.
Do you know, the other thing that I thought was impressive there, and we can look at this again at the end of the game, was the run from Tatum Wagner. She didn't run in a straight line. She ran across the line so she wasn't offside, bent the run, and that allowed her to stay onside. Really quality play for Wagner. I'm pleased for her that she's got a goal. 6-0. And now Gracie Hare says, I'll play it down the left-hand side, but Rachel Carroll is not that quick to get that one. And they've really, I think it's professional this, 10 minutes to go, they were 2-0 up at half-time, Brittany, and they've just really worn the opposition down with some sensible substitutions and some quality goals, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, you want your team to continue pressing. I mean, obviously, you've got to kind of be mindful of the other team, but it's competitive sports. You want to continue to press. You want to continue to get goals. You want to get those players in. You want to get those players goals. I mean, I'm sure that Sierra Schwartz and Tatum Wagner and those people getting, their first goals of the seasons, it kind of settles you in. It gives you more confidence for all the other games that you play as the season goes on. So it's very important to get all these things under the belt.
Here is Lang Bartels, who would desperately love that hat-trick, but it's broken up. Smokovic was involved there for Little Rock. In steps a strong challenge there from Gracie Hare. Down goes Smokovic. Here is Gracie Hare now. Good ball here to Darian Chapman. 9 minutes to go in this one. Don't want it to end. 6-0. Tatum Wagner goes down. The two number 4s clashing there, and there's a little bit of pushing off the ball there, which we don't need in this wonderful game. And this time the referee says there will be a free kick there for a push. And there's going to be a substitution, and in will come Judith Flores, the number 9. Tatum Wagner there, just having a little chat with Donovan Bradshaw, one of the assistants. I think just something along the lines of keep it calm and look at the scoreboard. He's 6-0 up. But hey, what better thing to do on Father's Day? Come down, bring Dad, Stepdad, come down and watch the Fortuna girls 2 o'clock on Sunday against Texas Spurs, which, with respect to the opposition tonight, will be a tougher game. We know that. But what better way to spend Father's Day?
Yeah, great way to spend Father's Day. I mean, who wouldn't love coming out and seeing another great soccer match being played? Yeah, we, as Wagner, more of that in a minute. Here's Wagner now, scored the last goal. Running into the box, round 2, tied defenders, pulls it back. There's a tap in for someone, but it's cleared away by the defender, and it remains 6-0, and Tatum Wagner causes all sorts of bother, whoever the opposition is down that right-hand side, or left-hand side for that matter. She does. She's great at when she's dribbling at people. She does a really good job of keeping her touches controlled, and then just kind of takes a touch right around as that defender wants to bite. So a brilliant job by Tatum Wagner. Great ball that she played across Fortuna. Maybe just a little bit off on who's making what runs, but I mean, I think we've seen so many good things from Fortuna tonight. It's very exciting to see as the season progresses and goes forward, how it'll end up for Fortuna for their inaugural season.
Yeah. Now here's Little Rock still coming at Fortuna in the last 7 minutes here. It's a good 1-2. This is a good little run, but just overdid it a little bit and allowed Juliana Coates, to come in with the number 33 shirt and the right boot. Here's Carreno. Easy ball here to Renee Wilson. Renee Wilson ran into a little bit of trouble, felt she was fouled. No, says the referee. Good strong play. Smokovic now threading it forward. Hare got some kind of a challenge in and then wants to win it back, and does win it back, does Gracie Hare. That's good tenacious play. But then talking of tenacious players, Smokovic, who's been one of the better Little Rock players in my opinion, and she brings down Gracie Hare. And the referee has given a free kick to Fortuna. There have been many free kicks tonight.
No, not too many. Most everything's been, for the ball, if there's been a hard challenge, the ball's definitely been there. It's been pretty clean, but a little bit maybe a frustration there that you see. She's had a great game, and she definitely, like you said, has definitely been a standout for Little Rock. So seeing a little frustration set through.
Here's Wagner again going the long way round, threading the ball into the box. Heikki is there again. He's, despite her side scoring, having conceded 6 goals, she's had a pretty reasonable game at the back as well, at the heart of the defence on a difficult night.
She has. She's had a lot to do.
Yeah, tonight. She really has, hasn't she? Now here's Katie Smith making them have more work to do. Again, a good ball in, but no Fortuna goal on the end of that one. But they get lucky with Lang Bartels now, who, as I keep saying, has scored a brace tonight. She wants a hat-trick. And that ball out, a bit of miscommunication there. Katie Smith will take the throw in, the number 24 here, down the right-hand side, gets it back via a Little Rock player. Carreno, good step over to Lang Bartels, who returns the favour here to Carreno. Wonderful play from those two. Carreno tricky, will try to play it back here. She does to Tatum Wagner. Clips the long ball towards the back post. And on the far post is Madison Verge. Left-footed into the box over the keeper's head. Wagner again on the far post, and that one just goes out. Slightly tired effort there. It must be tiring for these girls on a warm night. 85 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's been a long match for both sides. Great stuff from Fortuna. Again, good build-up play. Good stuff by Miranda Carreno, moving the ball around. Good services across. Look like maybe Tatum Wagner's legs are getting a little tired. She's had a lot of runs there on this side in the second half.
Lang Bartels brings in Carreno. She gets challenged, and it's won back by Gracie Hare. Gracie Hare now, we know what she can do from this distance, and this time on her right foot is wide of the target.
Tonight's Player of the Game sponsor is Brown & Co. We'd like to thank Brown & Co. for supporting women's soccer and Fortuna Tulsa. Tonight's Player of the Game is number 8, Anna Beffer.
Anna Beffer gets the sponsors Player of the Game. Very difficult decision for someone to make tonight on a night like this. There's so many we could say, but I don't disagree with the choice there. Anna Beffer?
Yeah, Anna Beffer having 3 assists in the game. The first 3 goals all being assisted by Anna Beffer. I mean, she controlled the midfield. She created so many chances, had numerous brilliant corner kicks. So, I mean, Captain Anna Beffer definitely deserving of player
I wonder
of the
if our sideline reporter Jackie there is just chatting her up and saying, come on, we could do with you, and for the interview at the end of the game. Might be the case. Here's Tatum Wagner, though, bearing down on goal. Wagner draws the keeper, puts it wide. And she did have 2 on the far post, to be fair. And maybe if she had that one over again, she might have slipped that ball across, not been too critical, because that was an amazing run from Wagner.
She might have. She did a great job of taking her touch in towards goal. I mean, she had a brilliant touch, and she kind of took it away with one left-footed touch. So, you know, definitely goal hungry. That's what we want to see. But yeah, it might have been able to slot it across to those 2 players running backside there. Yeah. But great run again by Tatum Wagner.
So we'll try and get Anna Beffer, who's the sponsor player of the game, after the game with Jackie. Want to say also Sheila Ferreira said, go Fortuna, and Brazil will win the cup. Nice and confident there. Another vote for Brazil. Nobody would argue with that, I don't think, although Germany have a very strong team. Of course, we haven't seen these teams play yet, have we? So still a long way to go.
It is. I'm sure Neymar and company would love a do-over from the previous World Cup.
They will. Here's Chapman going back to Mackay. Chapman again into Carreno. Lovely sweet ball there across the beautiful surface here at TU. Katie Smith has won the throw, and there won't be much time added on. We've got a minute and a half of normal time to go. And then we do it all again, as I said, against Texas Spurs on Sunday, 2 p.m. Here's Wilson just getting herself in a bit of a tangle there, but she does well to win it back here in the orange boots. Here she is, trying to get Lang Bartels going. Long ball from the Rangers, bounces a couple of times into the feet of Michaela Mackay, who's done a competent job and kept the clean sheet. This, if it does go on, I don't want to tempt fate in the last minute they concede a goal, but it would be the 3rd clean sheet in a row. Smokovic to Flores, gets the return ball, scoops it on here. Good attack from Little Rock right at the end, but just cannot get anything going in the last line, can they, Brittany? It's been the same all night, really, isn't it?
Yeah, they're playing. It's a really good Fortuna back line. I mean, whether their starters are in that set back four being in there, but also everybody in now doing a great job. And again, just putting enough pressure there to kind of force where it's not an easy shot to get off, and it's going to be an easy Fortuna goal kick.
Well, it's coming to the end of this one. It's been tough for Little Rock. They've kept at it, but Fortuna with 2 goals in the first half and 4 as the referee brings proceedings to an end. 2 in the first half, 4 in the second. A brilliant night for Coach Wilson and his players. Anna Beffer wants to go and shake hands with everybody, and then hopefully Jackie will bring her over. But Brittany, that's just been the perfect night for Fortuna Tulsa.
It was. I mean, 6 goals is a dream. You want to see your team growing in that chemistry, getting that confidence. You know, we saw a lot of people getting on the scoreboard. We saw a lot of people be able to get in the game. A lot of great movement, a lot of great play from a lot of players coming in. I mean, obviously Tara Smith having an incredible game. Anna Beffer. You know, we've seen Sierra Schwartz getting that goal that she wanted so badly. Renee Wilson kind of opening up the scoring. Jordan Lang Bartels getting the brace. I mean, Tatum Wagner getting on the board there. Katie Smith having a great goal, I think, at the end of that game, attacking from this right side. I mean, so very positive from Fortuna, seeing lots and lots of players step up and showing their stuff.
Well, we've got Anna Beffer who's sprinting over there. She's still got some energy for sideline reporter Jackie Marquez, who's down there with Anna, so we'll throw it down to them and see what our sponsor player of the match, Anna Beffer, has to say to Jackie.
Hello, I'm here with Anna Beffer after a 6-0 win against Little Rock. How does it feel after this game? You got those 3 assists. Now to mention, you said that you were a Messi fan. Ronaldo got those 3 goals, you 3 assists. You trying to follow a pattern here?
Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, it was cool just because, everyone was part of those goals. There's a lot of players made an impact today, and we all had a blast together. Girls on the field, on the bench, we were all excited, and I think it kind of opens the floodgates for more goals leading into Sunday. And no, it was a good night for sure. I'm really happy with it.
Now I know that since the beginning of Fortuna, you were kind of like the face of Fortuna. How has the community helped you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool because everyone, a lot of these girls have connections all around the community, and they come out and support it, and they have, kind of a personal connection to the team, I think. And it means the world that all these fans come out and watch us every week, and it definitely gives us a boost, and I know the team loves it, and we want to do it for them as well. Like, we're all from this city, and we all have a passion for it, so I think that plays into how we play for the team. So
a little going on about the World Cup. So who are you rooting for? Who are you thinking is going to make it?
To be honest with you, Spain looked awesome today. I don't know, I kind of more just watch specific players. I am a Messi fan, but I'm excited. Today's Portugal-Spain game was unreal. I fell out of my chair a few times, but it was super fun. I'm excited for it. So,
well, thank you so much. Hope you get that next goal next year. Thank you. Back to you.
That's the sponsors, player of the game, Anna Beffer there, the captain of Fortuna Tulsa. We'll take a short break now, and then we'll come back and wrap this one up with some highlights of the game with the final score here. Fortuna Tulsa 6, the Little Rock Rangers 0.
Oh, you want me to pack it up?
Downtown entertainment 24 hours a day only at Osage Casino Hotel.
Hey Fortuna Tulsa fans, I'm Cora Dunick, number 21. Just wanted to let you know that we have partnered with a free app called U-Town. U-Town is our official team app serving as our digital program. Open the app at our game to find game updates, roster information, food trucks, game sponsors, and much more. U-Town is your app for real-time events and deals. Thanks for supporting women's soccer. Download the U-Town app, and we'll see you at the game.
How do you become the most trusted brand of SUVs? You make it for those who don't always look out for themselves. You make it detect what they don't.
Stop.
Sorry. And you make it for 3 rows of precious cargo. Going further for what matters most.
Welcome back to the University of Tulsa here, where the girls are just doing their warming down on the field, just doing some stretches. We've just heard from the sponsors, player of the match and the captain of Fortuna Tulsa, and that is Anna Beffer. And we were saying, Brittany, we wouldn't disagree with that choice at all. Well done to Anna, but there were so many great performances tonight, weren't there?
There really were. All the substitutions that the coaches made as well. I think everyone came in, they worked hard. You see people come in like Carol, who hasn't gotten tons of other playing time, and then she made a huge impact on the game and had lots of great runs, great passes, great balls. Amanda Carreno doing incredible things, doing all the stuff Amanda Carreno does. Tara Smith working hard. Tatum Ladder making all those runs. Sierra Schwartz doing an excellent job of playing that target player, holding it up, moving the ball around. Everyone having their key roles to play and then doing them very, very well and executing them. And then you see that translate into a lot of goals.
Well, it all started on 17 minutes. We'll see if we can bring you all 6 of the goals. And Fortuna were banging on the door early. They forced no fewer than 4 corners from the right-hand side. And then Anna Beffer decided to take one from the left-hand side. And it all started off on 17 minutes. Brittany, take us through this one.
Yeah, I mean, Fortuna had created lots of chances, lots of corner here. I mean, Sierra Schwartz doing a great job getting a little bit of a touch there. It coming right off for Renee Wilson, so great job by Sierra Schwartz to get in there, get that little touch back to Renee Wilson, and then she just comes in and smashes it home. Again, Renee Wilson with a great one-touch pass. Anna Beffer again on the ball. Great service again from Anna Beffer, and then Jordan Lang-Bartel's first touch of the game, a goal, great volley, good coaching decision by Coach Wilson. Exciting to see Fortuna going up 2-0.
And that's what it was at half time. And then into the second half, what about this pick in a pocket here from Tara Smith?
Yeah, Tara Smith did it all game, and she, right before this, she had another opportunity very similar where she kind of picked Little Rock's pocket there. But again, very explosive, has a great cool touch around the goalkeeper, great finish. This is Sierra Schwartz goal. Great ball to the outside. Again, Anna Beffer playing a good ball. Sierra Schwartz, great run forward, great finish. Even better celebration after being relieved to get that goal. Well deserved. She had a brilliant game and has done great so far this season.
It was like, at last, says Sierra got a goal. That was 4. Here's the 5th. That run for me was just a quality part of the evening for me. The way she kept on side there, Tatum Wagner.
It was, and she did a great job of making it not easy for the defender marker here. I mean, Katie Smith, who came in and had a great game. Well done coming out of the back. She's attacking with a lot of speed, making it really hard to defend and transition really quick for Fortuna. Great run by Jordan Lang-Bartels. Again, not making a flat run, kind of making an angled run. It makes it harder for the defenders to get, and then a very good finish from Jordan Lang-Bartels for her second goal of the game.
And as I always say, Brittany, from our privileged position, and nobody wants to go home. This is what Fortuna is all about. I mean, credit the opposition. They've come here and they made it difficult, even though it's ended up 6-0. But the Fortuna fans don't want to go home. They mix with the players, and I know the players are very good at signing T-shirts and autographs and all that kind of stuff. But that is Fortuna Tulsa for you. It is a real family club, isn't it?
It is. It's family, and soccer's family. And you see everybody, all the kids out there doing cartwheels and talking to their coaches and mingling with the players and all the smiles with everyone. And what great support from Tulsa that they give Fortuna tonight. And what a great game for Fortuna to give to Tulsa. I mean, exciting game, and it's World Cup time. I mean, it's summertime. It's a great atmosphere out here. I mean, just a super, super exciting time.
Well, we thank our producer Michael Blazik. We thank you for the camera operators tonight and everybody else that's worked so hard behind the scenes. We always think of Wayne Farmer, who's just been fantastic as the general manager. Coach Wilson and the players, and Brittany, I thank you as well for another great commentary. Will you come back on Sunday? And
I will be here ready to go. Very excited. Can't wait.
There we go, and we can't wait for 5 o'clock in the morning for France against the Socceroos from Australia for what we think will be the first shock of the tournament. Who knows? We will see, but a long way to go in the World Cup. Thank you again for your company on Facebook Live and also YouTube Live, and if you want to see these goals again, you can certainly see it all again on those 2 facilities that we have. Thank you again. It's Dave Saunders saying good night, God bless, with the final score for the final time. It is Fortuna Tulsa 6, the Little Rock Rangers 0.